looks like everybody is here. Welcome everybody, my name is Mount Lover, and this is the new Challenger 9th Underdog tournament for NA, for Street Fighter 5, I should specify now that we've got Injustice 2 stuff as well on the way. Encore, I see you. Okay, well, Encore was in chat, but it looks like he might be having mic issues. Encore, if you can hear me, then
Oh no, I got you.
Oh, here we go. Okay, hey, welcome. Encore will be co-commentating with me today. Everybody say hello to Encore.
Hello, everyone. This
Encore
is my
runs,
first time. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, Encore runs beginner breakdowns. One of our more popular Twitch lineup shows that you saw on Ad Slate 4 earlier on. How's it going, Encore?
I'm doing pretty good. This is my first time commentating one of these tournaments, so interested to see what it's like watching these tournaments from the commentary side. So it'll be a new experience for me, and hopefully we get to see some good matches. I'm sure we will, seeing as these guys seem to put on a good show every single week.
Yeah, it's interesting. Like we do the underdog tournaments, and then we also do the gold tournaments. And every week, like, the gap in skill level between the gold and the underdog tournaments just seems to, like, go away. Like, it just minimizes to the point where there's no visible gap anymore between the skill levels of top 8 underdog and top 8 gold. And, like, the proof in the pudding is that James 6 competed in the underdog tournament for, a couple weeks ago, and then he lost. And then he immediately went into the gold tournament the next week, and then he won. And so I'm just like, okay. I'm okay.
Oh, yeah.
Rank doesn't really mean much, does it?
Yeah, it's a good platform if you're wanting to get into those gold tournaments. It's kind of like our, quote-unquote graduates going in and playing with those more advanced tournaments that we have. And it's cool to see guys who start out in these underdog tournaments go into the gold tournaments and, really putting on the clinic.
All right, I'm going to go ahead and process the check-in results and get the tournament started. And then I'm also going to need to create a lobby and invite you. But
yeah.
For now, I'm going to go ahead and allow winners round 1 to go ahead and get started, except for the very first match that I'm going to call out. Let's just pick one randomly off of these guys. Let's go with Cherno Alpha versus Crankshaft. You guys are going to be on stream. I'm going to be creating a battle lounge for you guys. Also, if you could let them know Encore in chat that they'll be on stream, that'd help out while I set this battle lounge up.
Oh, yeah, no problem.
Alright, that should be all of the invites sent. Playing Vega lately, Encore?
I actually just started playing him a little bit more recently. I will admit it's getting a little bland playing Balrog and Bison all the time. And I did play Vega. It was about a year ago. I started getting pretty good with him. I was actually going to be the guy who's going to be my go-to sub right after Bison. And, I played around with him a little bit. And then, getting into, the later parts of Season 1, I was like, I'm going to focus on Bison a little bit more, get to that platinum level and all that good stuff. And I just really didn't go back to Vega. And then once Season 1 ended, I just really didn't go back to him at all, because I started playing more Balrog, and then the rest is history there. So, Vega's fun to play, though.
Oh yeah,
and I'm kind of disappointed that he did good with him better.
Once he gets those Season 2 or the Season 2.1 changes, I feel like we're gonna see a lot more of him.
Oh yeah, it's gonna be interesting to see, and he's got some really fun combos too. And I just like playing my pseudo just pokey stab.
Absolutely, but right now we're gonna be looking at a lot of punchy Aegis between Crankshaft and Cherno Alpha. I don't know that I've seen these two play before. I feel like they might be newcomers to the tournament. So let's find out what this top tier match right here looks like.
Yeah, I actually had Journal Alpha. He submitted a replay to, I think it was the first episode of Beginner Breakdowns, and I can tell you he's got some good stuff to show, so we'll see if he can bust it out today.
Was he using Balrog in that Beginner Breakdown?
I don't remember. I want to say he was using Geef.
Yeah, that's what I figured. Crankshaft for a Geef campaign, but let's see how this goes. Full screen, heavy dash punch out of Crankshaft. Manages to connect there. Playing a Balrog to his specialty.
Playing a very playing good dash straight. You know, playing him safe. He's not overextending on him or going elbow deep on him is what I like to say.
Punishable target combo there by Crankshaft. Not a great punish by Eternal Alpha. Oh, there comes the trademark EX dash punch into overhead. As Brian F calls it, neutral for footsies.
Yep, but he's just not able to sustain the pressure up, and then he's just gonna get it right there, get in the corner.
Punch counter sweep. That's gonna do it. Round one
yep,
goes to Crankshaft.
Yeah, dropped a couple mix-ups there on Crankshaft's end, so we'll see if he can fix those up, because he can take these rounds a little cleaner, I feel. Ooh, good
block on the overhead, punishes with a back throw into the corner, good positioning. Whips the tackle right in Crankshaft's face, and he's not gonna let that fly. Manages to get a crush counter, crouching fierce. Oh,
playing safe on a target combo.
That 1-2 on that target combo for Balrog, I've never seen that before. Like, most target combos are still unsafe even if you go 1-2.
It is unsafe, but not a lot of people will actually punish it. It is actually, I want to say it's like -5 or -7, but it is very punishable.
Ooh, good continuation. Eternal Alpha gets the full damage on that combo and manages to close it out with a crouching short.
Yeah, leaving no damage on the table and just getting every little bit he can in the corner, and that's what he needs to do if he's going to take this last round.
Uh-oh. I hope we don't have a kickback to lobby here. What's going on?
Oh, they look good. Ooh, good combo to get him in the corner.
Okay, you might have to give the radio commentary then, because I'm halted.
Oh no, I could see it. It's going good. Balrog's playing good corner. Now Urian got himself out. Now he's going to put Balrog back in the corner. He's going to try to stab. Ooh, now he's going back full screen. Playing a little safe here. Throwing out those energy balls as you can. Now Crankshaft. He's got his crush counter. He's going to reassert that pressure. Take him to the corner. He's got a little bit more damage to get. But now Urian's coming back. He's applying the pressure.
Don't worry.
It's getting down close to the wire. This next combo is going to win it.
Fight.
Counter point safe, and then Crankshaft comes in with the EX low and taking out Urian to take match 1.
Alright. So that's a 1-0 for Crankshaft. Hopefully I can catch up.
Oh, I've never done radio before. God, I don't know how people keep their breath for this. It's kind of tough.
A foolish insect that dares to defy me. Final round. Fight.
So welcome, Butt Wagon. How's it going?
Oh, we need to turn on character select.
We did not turn on character select. Okay.
It's go time.
Let me go ahead and fix that then. There we go. Alright, hopefully we don't get any more DBZ mode going on here. But that was, you said a 1-0 for Crankshaft?
Yeah, Crankshaft took that off that EX dash low in proper ROG fashion.
Mm-hmm.
People say it's a cheap tactic. I just say it's
EX dash low.
one.
Ugh, God.
Hey, I play Balrog, so I'm not gonna get mad by it. I'm just gonna use it when it works.
I wouldn't mind
so
that.
It doesn't and burns me.
I wouldn't mind that EX dash low so much if it just had a little bit less pushback on it, because I can block it every now and again, but the problem is that you don't get rewarded for blocking an unreactable move. And like what I'd like to be able to do is apply some kind of counter hit pressure, or just a jab into medium, or like a jab into tick throw. But the problem is the pushback is too far, so a lot of stuff that I want to use there doesn't reach.
Yeah, and I will say that's one of the more broken things about Balrog is to get that safety off EX dashes.
Eternal Alpha trying to apply something here. He's just hopping around in place, playing a kangaroo geef.
Yeah, but at least he's keeping him out in any way he can. Oh, and he's going to get that pressure in the corner.
Yeah.
See if he can get himself out.
Gotta be very careful as Geef in this matchup because one wrong move and Balrog can absolutely take you corner to corner.
Oh, yeah. And Balrog, all he has to do is just get inside, and you can't be afraid to get in on a grappler like Geef. A lot of people got that command grab phobia, and they can't have that.
So
Good way
this
to
is
get...
actually a matchup that a lot of people like to say is heavily in Geef's favor, and I like to agree just because of the fact that Geef's got access to that flex. And what's interesting about that flex is that you've got a lot of hits of armor on it, you've got 1-frame startup, and then you can also vary up the timing on it. It's not like it's got a set amount of recovery. It's not like you can whiff punish the flex very easily. And so that makes it a very powerful neutral tool for baiting out dash punches and punishing with command grabs.
Yeah, Balrog doesn't have a lot of options on wake up. Ooh, badly timed stand HP. Gonna block that rush right there.
Yeah, Cherno Alpha doesn't seem to be aware of that flex option at all in this matchup.
Yep, and it looks like he's gonna fish for that. Ooh, he's not gonna get that. He looked like he's gonna fish for that EX low or some sort of low dash.
Goes for the YOLO EX running bear grab from neutral, manages to get lucky with it, and now he's got Crankshaft in the corner.
Yeah, you can't blame him. You know, Balrog doesn't have an EX right now, so even if he does eat a combo, it's not gonna be the worst thing in the world.
Here's the back throw. Ooh, good meaty headbutt. Manages to get that counter hit follow up. Oh no, he connects with the headbutt. He goes into the EX command grab anyways.
Ooh, that's not good.
Gotta
See if he can get himself out.
That headbutt.
But no answer off B skill.
Okay.
Yeah, that's gonna do some damage.
SPD is
That
going
was
to take
a
it
good
there.
read.
Final round. Fight.
Alright, Cherno Alpha just chilling in the corner, not wanting to get dash punched in the face the second that he presses forward. Lot of jumps coming out of Cherno Alpha.
There is, and ooh, he's gonna get a really good combo here.
Okay, jump back jab out of Crankshaft to try and get out of that situation. Good whiff punish on the whiff EX SPD. Oh, okay, he finally flexes, but as an anti-air, the one place where it actually doesn't work in this matchup. You want to use that on the ground versus dash punches. You do not want to flex jump-ins.
He may have panicked right there and just going for anything that works. He's really liking that jump out on wake up. And I feel like Cherno Alpha, if he sees it again, he's going to really go for an air SPD or something. Ooh,
EX,
that was...
SPD, you get Oki off of this. All you need to do is one meaty headbutt into crouching light kick. And that's going to take the game for Cherno Alpha, tying it up 1-1.
Ooh, there's a lot of close calls right here. It's tough to think who's going to take this last match here.
Yeah, what I want to see is either Crankshaft start taking advantage of the fact that Cherno Alpha is taking to the skies way too often. He needs to start using that medium punch to his advantage. Start knocking Cherno Alpha out of the sky and applying pressure from there. And alternatively, Cherno Alpha needs to catch on to the fact that Crankshaft has continuously been jump back teching every single time that he gets caught in Oki. And so an EX air SPD is absolutely going to knock that out of the sky. Literally.
Got a massive hitbox on that EX SPD in the air. Got to use it.
Cherno Alpha not hit confirming his headbutts at all. He is just picking an option to follow up with and then praying that it works. And that's one of those things with command grapplers. A lot of times you have to learn some of those trickier hit confirms. Oh, catches that flex on wake up with a throw. That's got to be a demotivating factor for Cherno Alpha. But here we go, heavy SPD.
Ooh, he's not going to do it, but he's going to get the V trigger.
Crankshaft unblocks. Force Dynamite
Maybe
barely
tip
not
him
enough
out.
to kill. Oh no, that's so easy to whiff punish for Rog. If you ever see Zangief press that standing heavy punch, matter of fact, that button entirely should be off limits in this matchup just because of how easy it is for Rog to react with a dash punch.
Oh yeah, it is, and you can really dirty up some geefs off that.
Double dash up into light SPD.
Ooh.
Interesting that Cherno Alpha actually dashed into range but still used light SPD. He's not really aware of the range of the spacing that he's at. Ooh, interesting option to stuff that EX dash punch just then.
Ooh.
Crankshaft looking for any kind of movement. Oh, there it is, but he still doesn't react. He lost his charge just in time, and I think Cherno Alpha saw that.
Yep. Ooh, good SPD right there. Let's see if he goes for the jump back.
Ooh, no quick rise off of Crankshaft, giving Cherno Alpha way more time to pick a media option than he should have, and that's going to be the stun, and that's going to be the round for Cherno Alpha, even building the tiny bit of meter that he doesn't need. And there it is.
Yeah, that was a very good play out of the Alpha right there. Made sure to assert that pressure when he got those knockdowns off those SPDs, and that's really what he needed to do. Unfortunately, he couldn't get them early on. I feel like he could have taken this a lot earlier than.
Yeah, one thing I noticed out of Crankshaft is that he was getting a little bit impatient. He would let go of his charge by walking forward or by pressing up or something, and the second that Cherno Alpha saw that, he would go in. So it was very diligent on him to recognize when Balrog has and does not have that charge. That's something that's actually pretty difficult to do in the heat of the moment. Remember, your opponent is a charge character.
Yeah, that is a really good point to remember.
All right, let's take a look at that bracket.
Yeah, let's see how everybody be doing.
Looks like we're still waiting on Sam Maham versus Admin Ilias and Rekka777 versus Sneaky Nitro to clear up, but otherwise, we've had a pretty quick round 1 bracket so far.
The greatest thing you could ever hear as a tournament organizer.
Yeah, it's everything's moving smoothly. Rekka and Nitro started a bit late. No idea on them, Sam Maham. Okay. It's just 2 matches, so long as they're actually playing, I think we should be fine to move on without them.
Yeah, I mean, you're the one driving the ship, so do as you feel is right.
Let's see. Yeah, next up, let's go ahead and have Twisty versus Let's Go Crazy with 3 A's on stream. Twisty, pretty good Laura player. Let's Go Crazy. You know, Let's Go Crazy's been in previous tournaments, but I don't remember anything about Let's Go Crazy except his name.
Oh, well, I mean, got a Laura player in here. That's an automatic win, am I right?
It's a top tier name.
Yeah, that is just a nightmare for anybody searching the replay ID or, you know, looking for that player for the CFN. Yeah, I'll tell you something. So when I cut videos for beginner breakdowns, I got to go and do like the replay IDs, and sometimes I have to go and search a lot of these guys' names by name on their CFN. And we had a guy this past week, and it was just a sequence of 1s and I's and L's.
Mm-hmm. The barcode
it was
names.
Like, yeah, it was like a barcode name, and it was like, oh my god. At least he was decent enough. He was very nice at doing this, of just sending in a direct YouTube link to email to us, and I was like, oh my god, you're the best. It's like that would have just taken at least 5 minutes to figure out what each little, you know, number or letter was.
Oh yeah, no, those are designed for you not to be able to type them in. That would not. I would just be like, nah, yeah, no, that's not gonna happen.
The best part about it was that when he sent me the email, he put his CFN in there, and in parentheses, he was like, yeah, I know, it's regrettable. So it's like he knew that he was doing something, like, really edgy and stuff, and he's like, yeah, I know. I know.
Yeah, usually, like, the idea behind the barcodes, like, that comes from, like, the old StarCraft days, when people would want to improve, but they wouldn't want to give away their tech, basically, because in the StarCraft days, like, you would have, like, tech was a real thing. Like, you wanted to save that because once somebody saw it, like, they could counter it. But if they didn't see it, it would, like, 100% win. And so you would go online and you would play with your little barcode names, and you would practice this secret tech, and then you'd break it out of the tournament. And so now it's like, you know, people use the barcodes not because they're, like, smurfing and they're actually Daigo, but because, you know, they just want to be edgy. And they want people to think that they're smurfing and they're actually Daigo.
Jeez. Yeah, that's like the first time I've seen that. I haven't really gotten into StarCraft that much, but it does look like a really fun game. I really enjoyed playing Warcraft 3. That's like one of my favorite games on the PC. And I didn't like play seriously. It's just, you know, pick back a couple drinks and play some Warcraft 3 in the campaign or something, but I cannot play that game online. I cannot play those RTSs online. It's way too much.
Yeah, I used to try and get into StarCraft 2, and I got a little bit decent at it, but then I was just like, you know, a little bit decent in this game means that like I'm still like 100 years off from like being anywhere near competitive level of this game. So I was just like, yeah, let's save my fingers. I'd want to if I were getting arthritis, I'd prefer for it to happen at like age 70, not at age like 20.
Seriously, that was a nightmare.
All right, here we go. Akuma versus Laura. This can be a bit of a tricky matchup for Laura, depending on the context. If Let's Go Crazy decides to start using air fireballs out the wazoo, that's very difficult for Laura to handle.
Yeah, he's gonna have to establish a good. Yeah, if he can establish those air fireballs early, he's gonna be in really good shape. But right now, he's just getting pressured out of his life.
I like that option out of Twisty. You see that he put the thunderclap on the field so to stick Let's Go Crazy into that proximity block, and then he went for the EX Sunset. I like that kind of stuff.
Ooh, doesn't get the full DP.
Alright, quick round one there for Let's Go Crazy. Whenever Akuma's on the field, the rounds end quickly. Not necessarily just because of his low health, but because of his high damage output. Anti-air jab, not a bad option for Akuma.
Let's see if he can keep this corner pressure up.
Ooh, good challenge on a standing medium kick. A lot of people respect that too much.
Ooh, good confirm into the critical art.
That's good damage. Twisty already just sitting at a third of his health.
Good reversal into the crush counter.
In the corner, barely not enough damage to kill, but one more mix-up. Nope. Wake up throw is gonna work for Twisty, and now we see the tides turn. Oh no. Back teleport is gonna get out of there for Let's Go Crazy. It was actually the wrong option to use there because the correct option for Twisty would have been command grab. But
yeah, what he needed to do was, just lost that pressure, and that the game was over, even though it wasn't over. Rough game right there.
Yeah, that should have been Twisty's opportunity to turn that around, but dropped the opportunity there off of the restand. Perfect command grab opportunity. You got to be aware of those as Laura, or as any command grappler in general.
Round one. Fight.
All right, game two. No anti-air there out of Twisty. Just gets crossed up on. Doesn't block the sweep. Crush counter, crouching fears. That's like the third time we've seen that. Twisty really stop pressing buttons on wake up.
Yeah, he's just got so much real estate on that wake up.
Especially against Akuma. Akuma's got so many very easy, very effective, very plus meaties. You just have to respect those. Another anti-air jab for Let's Go Crazy.
Can't blame him. The only other thing you can do is back HP, or if he wants to get really spicy, V-skill kick.
Yeah, I actually think back heavy punch is just an objectively better anti-air than just stand jab for Akuma. You get more off of it. It's got a more vertical hitbox.
I brought it up before, and anti-air jabs, it's a really bad habit to get into, and
absolutely.
It's not something you want to keep doing at the early stages, because it will teach you very bad habits.
Oh yeah. Anti-air jabbing is something that's very easy to learn, very hard to unlearn, just like delay tech.
Oh yeah. I got a bad habit of it, and it has lost me a lot of battles.
Double crouching medium punch into fireball. Not a great damage, but it is a hit confirmed. Let's Go Crazy. Good answer on that blockable charge with a throw. Here we go. Twisty applying the command grab pressure. What's the follow going to be? Nothing. Get EX DP'd. I know this is not real Oki. I might as well just DP anyways.
You saw that thunderclap and just decided to go for it. I give him the benefit of the doubt. Ooh.
Another back throw. He knows how to answer that full charge, and this is going to be it. As soon as you see that time stop, you know it is over for you if you're in the sky.
It just had really, really good reads, knew what to do, got the pressure, and really just had good answers to just about anything he needed. So, took it single-handedly, no help, all on himself.
You jump in, your opponent pops V-trigger, time stops. I bet you're wondering how I got in this mess.
God. Yeah, jump-ins, they work just enough to justify to keep doing them. The problem is, that's the problem.
Wraithan saying, wait,
keep
delay tech is bad? So delay tech is something that's good to know, but it's also a bad habit because you have to first learn it, and then you have to second make it not be an automatic muscle memory response. Because once you learn how to delay tech, you know how to safely tech throws when you see them coming. But the problem is, if you delay tech every time, you'll get shimmied every time. And so you have to learn like the actual mechanical action of delay teching. You have to learn that timing. and then you have to learn to control it when you want to delay tech and when you don't want to delay tech.
Oh yeah, that is something you don't really run into like in the bronze and silver.
Yeah, in bronze and silver, you struggle with learning delay tech, and then once you get past that, that's when the shimmies start coming, and you're like, wait a minute, nobody prepared me for this.
Oh yeah, that is one of the most annoying things to deal with once you hit like gold and platinum, because you will get shimmied a lot, and it's a hard thing to get used to. Like I remember when I was learning throw techs in this game, I got it down. I was able to attack like 80% of the throws that got on me, and I was like, oh, I'm so good at this game. And then I hit platinum, and then I'm just getting shimmied like every other match. I'm just like, how do I do this? How do I make these reads and all these reactions and stuff? And then I realized that you can't just go and throw every time someone makes a movement close on you. You gotta assess the situation some, and then also realize that getting thrown is not the worst thing in the world. Sometimes it's okay to get thrown. It's better than eating a 30% of your health just on making an errant throw.
Absolutely, that was one of the things that I struggled with the most. It was like when I was trying to break into the higher ranks. I learned after a certain point that almost everybody, it was like the meta at that point in platinum to just exclusively shimmy. They would never even try to go for the throw. They would never try to go for tick throws. It would just be shimmy every single time. And there's actually like a tournament out there of me getting top 8 and then just losing exclusively to shimmies. And so I was just like, at that point I was just like, okay, I have to learn to A, use this to my advantage, and B, just stop delay tacking every single time. And I actually developed a worse habit than just delay tacking. What I was using was the V reversal, like late tech option select, where not only do you delay tech, but you also press all 3 punches behind it, so that you get a V reversal on a tick throw, and then you get a delay tech on you get a V reversal on a frame trap, you get a tick throw, a delay tech on a tick throw. And it was just like, it beat so many things, but the one thing it didn't beat was when somebody just wake up shimmies you. And so I just lost exclusively to that. It was just an awful feeling, and I was like, yep, I gotta learn to actually play instead of just autopiloting these these option selects.
Oh yeah, and the autopiloting will destroy you a lot if you just rely on it. Because I see a lot of people who do that. They'll just stick to a universal game plan for a lot of things, and you notice when it burns them, and then it's like, oh, I have to actually, pay attention when I'm playing ranked or whatever. And the thing with fighting games, unless you're like, you could just be playing around in lounges or casual or whatever, and just kind of, play. You're watching videos, Netflix, whatever. But when you're playing like ranked and more, high octane matches, you really do have to put a lot of focus into it, and it is a little different. It's not like playing Civilization or any other games where you can just put 10% focus on it and do
those are my
stuff.
favorite kinds of games, like FTL, Civilization, where you could just fire up a podcast and play. Oh man, those Zen games, I like to call them.
Oh yeah. What was I gonna say? FTL. How do you even play that? Just like I have to have all of the focus on that game.
Oh really?
Yeah, because God, it gets so intense around the end, and then it's when you start getting like those, random fights like in the mid game where it's like, oh, well, I guess my ship is just gonna leave this fight with 10% health left because, I was watching some freaking clip on YouTube and just like, oh, well, I guess I'll just delete this file.
See, what I would do is I would cheat, and I would just pause and like think about what I wanted to do, because the game gives you a pause button, so I'm like, yeah, might as well use it. And so I would just pause, think about like, what do I want to do next? And then there's like a small burst of like, okay, get everybody in the right chambers, make sure everything's like, all the things are charged, and then like pause again and be like, all right, what's happening? Let's analyze the situation. But yeah, if I was playing without using pause, yeah, it's just high octane the second you get into a battle.
I know, and I even see a lot of people who say that pausing is like, you should be pausing all the time. And I'm just like, it kind of takes away from like the urgency and feel of everything. If I wanted to like play to win and just really wanted to like take any advantage I could and win a round of FTL, I would, because I've yet to actually no, I think I've beaten the game once.
Okay.
It was like on the easiest setting. That game is freaking hard.
It's just ridiculously hard, even on the hardest setting. Like, even when you are using the pause trick, it's still absurdly hard, because that just means that you have enough time to make the decisions. It doesn't mean that you're not gonna get, like RNG'd to death or something like that, or just not have enough equipment to beat the final boss or whatever. Like, there's a lot of ways to lose in that game that are just entirely out of your control.
Oh, yeah.
All right, we're still waiting on Yoshi versus Rekka 777. If that match hasn't started yet, then I just don't know what to tell you. We might have to disqualify somebody.
Uh-oh.
Yoshi versus Rekka 777. What's up? Alright, in the meantime, let's take a look at what our winner's bracket currently looks like. We've got Cherno Alpha versus Jigs 510, Quentin XD versus More Crabs, Let's Go Crazy versus the winner of Yoshi versus Rekka 777. And then we've got DB Rockstar. Oh, here we go. It just cleared up. Looks like Yoshi took it 2-0 over Rekka 77. So we've got our round 3 all settled out. Looks like Crankshaft actually takes it over Strongming in the losers bracket, 1,812 to -1. That's an interesting. Not entirely sure what happened there. But I'm gonna go ahead and reopen that one because I'm pretty sure that's a mistake.
Ooh. I mean, you could have won a lot of matches. Maybe it's that
they
good.
could have just played an extra, 1,800 matches. That could have just happened. You're right. All right, but it looks like we're all set. Let's go ahead and continue on with Quentin XD versus More Crabs on stream, and the rest of round 3 is free to start.
Yeah,
More
sorry, I
Crab.
did that
Oh.
It's all good.
because Strongman's stick broke and he is disqualified.
Okay, okay.
Aw.
Dropped out.
Okay, I'll
So.
fix that then.
I was remembering the War of 1812. My bad.
Oh, God. More Crab sounds familiar to me. I think he may have had a replay on... He's either had a replay on Beginner Breakdowns or he was on one of my recent coaching nights, and I don't quite remember. I'm
I
trying
know
to
that he
remember who
plays
he played.
Bison.
Oh, that would probably be why.
One of your Bison disciples, perhaps?
Something like that. You better be playing Sleeveless Bison. The only Bison to play. Yep,
Alright.
Bison player. Cool.
Alright, let's go ahead and get this show on the road. Looks like round 3 is all set to go. I'm gonna type that in the chat.
Let's do this.
Alright, sure enough, it is in fact Sleeveless Bison. We've got Quentin XD using Urian versus More Crabs with a very interesting, actually, a weird color palette for Bison. I feel like this is a reference to something. The green hair.
You pathetic.
Does it look green to you? It looks like just jet black to me. It's like the...
Oh no,
you
what,
know-
it's like light brown now? It was like different lighting on the character select screen.
Oh, I don't know.
What's
yeah,
going
that
on
is
with this
kinda
color?
weird. Yeah, that is the hardest just for men Bison. You just got all the hair coloring in there.
Alright, More Crabs with a lucky sweep from neutral. Already a bad habit to build with Bison, but if you see your opponent walking back and forth, it is okay to use.
There are no lucky sweeps with Bison. It's all skill.
It's all skill. Quentin XD with a good back throw, gets the good corner positioning here, but now it's looking like his anti-airs are not quite on point. A little bit too late with that crouching heavy punch. Needs to
Doing a
jump
good
through
job on keeping the pressure on Bison.
Not a great punish on that sweep. Tries to go for a counter hit confirm when that's not a counter hit situation.
Yep, he is really not doing a good job on those confirms.
Oh, here we go. Picks up the follow-up off of the EX headbutt. Of course. The forward medium punch into overhead into Aegis. Drops the combo. Manages to pick it right back up off the floor because that's what we do as Urian. More Crabs just doesn't block the Aegis on Wake Up, hoping maybe that it'll break in the last second, but no, unfortunately it did not.
See if he can keep that pressure up again. Ooh.
Of course, these scissor kicks into throw.
He threw him out of the corner. He did not need to do that. Bison
No
in the
punish
corner is
out of More
one of the
Crabs.
best.
And then immediately into a sweep. More Crabs is not observing his surroundings right now, not looking at punishes, not looking at what his opponent is doing. It looks like he has his own idea for his game plan in mind. But it's been working out for him so far. A little bit too quick on that throw there.
And I will say that he is doing a good job on Oki over, and when he does those back throws, he goes straight for the Psycho Axe, which he should be doing. Very good pressure option.
Great anti-air to Quentin.
Ooh, this is gonna carry him to the corner a little bit. Quentin's getting himself out here.
There we go. Quentin blocks the slide, but he does not punish. He needs to learn how to punish those slides properly. What you need to do is literally anything. Oh, here we go.
Now let's see if Quentin can keep that corner.
Oh, EX Headbutt is going to keep more crabs on the ropes. Or on the grid, I should say. No, again, Quentin XD not trying to punish that sweep, just going immediately into a counter hit confirm. I mean, it's not working out for him. That's a habit that I'm seeing a lot of silver players do lately, where they just treat counter hit confirms like normal punish combos, and they just use them for the wrong situations entirely. Oh, good crush counter. Fierce, the god. When in doubt,
oh, he could have ended it.
But there we go.
He could have ended it on that shoulder drive. He could have just topped the CA, but it doesn't really matter. He got the win. But we can still have our judgments. That's our job as a commentator.
Yeah, you want to take those kill situations whenever you have them. Be aware of your meter. Be aware of your opponent's health at all times. Because that's how comebacks happen. You want to minimize those.
Oh yeah. Also, quick thing you may notice more than me. How long does Aegis last? Is it 5 seconds?
Oh, I actually don't know off the top of my head how long it lasts in terms of frames. It's a long time. It's way longer than you should ever than anything else. If you ever assume that it's going to run out, it's probably not going to run out.
And just Quentin going on the hard pressure. He is on track to get a perfect here.
Goes for the restand. I like that option. He couldn't actually get enough damage in to kill, but he doesn't capitalize on that restand situation well enough. And now More Crabs has an opportunity to make this comeback.
Oh, and he couldn't get the direct shoulder on it.
Quentin's been 4 for 4 on those EX headbutts so far. More Crabs just has not been caring to bait them. Wake up close Aegis, of course. That is a very real option.
Oh my god, there's so many unpunished things right there.
Yeah, so that wake up close Aegis, if you are, as long as you're not doing something during the V-trigger flash, you can react with a throw and catch it even after you see the flash. Oh, More Crabs just whiffing jabs and jumping jabs.
Just going happy on the slides, and he's
so many slides. He's only connected with like 50% of them, but the problem is that none of them have been punished so far. And that's really why he's getting away with them. Ooh, I like the anti-air at
Skull Crusher.
But no, what is this? This is not gonna work.
Ooh, I'm gonna say that was a mistake.
More Crabs misses the punish there by just a little bit, jumps in a little too late. And of course, that forward medium punch into overhead always works. Even when it doesn't work, it still works.
Ooh, good neutral.
And that's going to be a 2-0 for Quentin XD.
That was some match right there.
Like I said, More Crabs wasn't really paying attention to what his opponent was doing. He was just sort of autopiloting a little bit there. Like he wasn't catching on to a lot of things. Like he wasn't sliding when his opponent was walking. He was just sliding to get in, and that's not what that tool is for. There was also a lot of situations where he wasn't punishing properly. There was that missed punish on the whiffed CA. He was a little bit too hesitant to get that jump in, and missed the timing for it. That could have been a lot of damage that he just left on the table. But otherwise, good stuff out of our players. Quentin XD moves on, and More Crabs gets knocked down to the losers bracket. Speaking of which, let's take a look at our bracket.
We're just jamming right through here. We are on the fast track to winners finals.
Absolutely. All right, Quentin XD moves on into top 8 winners, which, oh, that was fast. And then let's take a look at our lower bracket here. Admin Ilias takes it over Misery Business. Unfortunately, Misery Business is out of this tournament. Manbear Pig takes it over Twisty. Manbear Pig also moves on. Twisty, unfortunately, is going to have to polish up those command grab resets and come back to take this tournament at another date. Gans King takes it over Federally. Federally, unfortunately, is also out. Sam the Hand takes it over Weddle ___. Sneaky Nitro takes it over Kafer. Still waiting on Darth Toxicated versus Axiolotl and Rekka 777 versus Purple Punchu.
And for those out there who win 0-2 in the tournament, don't feel discouraged. That happens all the time. I played, what was it? I want to say about a month ago, I played in the RSF Dumpster Fire. I actually went 0-2, and, you know, as a Diamond player. So it happens to everybody. It's not just people starting out. That happens to literally everyone. So if you're wanting to move up, do a little better next week, or something like, you know, you may already be getting coaching or something from the Discord, but, you know, go in the training room, get those things polished up, work on those techniques that weren't working for you. Maybe anti-air a couple more times, work on the neutral, get that combo, you know, nice and crispy. If you're having trouble on your execution or the like, anything like that. It's just tightening up the little screws that really makes a big difference down the line.
Also, yeah, I just want to point out that my heart goes out to Strongmang, who always participates in these tournaments and usually goes pretty far, but unfortunately his stick malfunctioned in the middle of the tournament, so he had to be disqualified, which is a shame. Strongmang probably using that Razor stick.
I haven't even seen any sticks that Razor makes. Like, I see, like, little, you know, face plates. I didn't know they actually made fight sticks, though.
Oh, yeah, they they haven't been very popular after, EVO a couple of years ago in Ultra Street Fighter 4, where, who was it? It was somebody's stick malfunctioned, like, live in, like, winners finals, like, top 8 or something like that. It was just...
Oh, wow.
It was just awful.
Yeah, that really sucks. I always worry about that because
Gamer
I
B.
play on pad.
Yeah, Ghost knew. He knew exactly what I was referencing. Was it Gamer B or was it Momochi?
Oh, I couldn't tell you. But I play on pad, and they only last me, you know, a matter of a couple months because, you know, they start getting really grimy and buttons start wanting to fall out and all that stuff. And, you know, I remember I was playing ranked not too long ago. This was like a few months ago, and my directionals started sticking, so I would press a button and it would just stick to one direction, and that's not fun when you're playing a charge character.
I've been playing fighting games on the same PlayStation 3 pad for like 10 years. I don't know what I'd never do if this thing broke. I even have like a Brooks converter that I'm hopefully gonna take to Evo with me for like actual to be able to actually play it on PS4. Because if I ever switched, even when I tried to switch from this DS3 to a DS4, my execution like dropped like a rock. I was just like, nope. All right, well, I'm gonna be playing on a PS3 pad till I die.
Oh, do you play on like the actual DualShock?
Yeah, DualShock 3.
Oh wow, God, it's a good controller, but after I felt the PS4 DualShock, it's just so much heavier, and I'm like, oh yes, this is what I need. I just like the heavier controllers. They just feel way better.
Yeah, the DualShock 3 is a lot heavier than the DualShock 2, probably because of like all of like the wireless mumbo jumbo in there. But I think somebody, I can't remember who, is it Xeon? Somebody plays with a PlayStation 1 controller, a modified Rumble PlayStation 1 controller, and those ones were light.
Oh yeah, those things are like freaking toys. The only thing I don't like about those is that the pad is like 4 different buttons, and it hurts my thumb after like 20 minutes. I like pads that it's just one big button.
Yeah,
it's got the cross on it.
You're right. It does hurt your thumb after a while, but I also like that the fact that it's 4 extra buttons because it's very, very difficult to get accidental diagonals with this thing.
Yeah, that is true.
All right, it looks like we finally cleared up and we are all set and ready. So if you are in top 8 winners, it's going to be a little bit of time. It's going to be a couple rounds before we get around to your matches. But for now, we're going to continue on with losers round 3. And on stream, let's go ahead and have Rekka 777 versus Man Bear Pig. So I'm going to go ahead and send those invites.
Rekka sounds familiar. I feel like I've heard of them before. Just can't quite remember.
I know Man Bear Pig has been in previous tournaments in the past. I think Rekka 777, this is the first tournament appearance that I've noticed.
Oh, okay.
Although judging off the username, I want to say that it's a Karen main. Just judging.
Oh boy.
Just going from
yeah,
that.
that is true.
Oh no, here we go. It's going to be Ibuki versus Birdie, unless they are pulling the old character select shuffle on us.
They could be. But considering it's a level 16 Ibuki, I wonder if that's a main or not. Unless they're just like super good.
We'll find out.
Oh god, level 42 in silver. That's just a lot of matches you have to
Let's do this.
win to get that.
Alright, looks like we've got Rekka77, sure enough, going with Ibuki versus Man-Bear Pig and his Birdie.
But interesting matchup to say the least, because see if Ibuki can actually get inside, because Birdie has a lot of tools to not let anyone inside.
Yeah, let's see which one of these characters knows how to use their tools most effectively. Birdie and Ibuki, both very well-rounded movesets.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting to see how Rekka uses air kunais, because Birdie's got a fantastic anti-air.
Yeah, absolutely. Birdie's crouching medium punch will absolutely knock those kunai out of the sky unless you go with the EX option. And I also feel like Ibuki does have some Birdie-specific answers in the form of her forward heavy kick or hop kick that tends to go right over stuff like that banana and that can. So the can is actually kind of off limits in this matchup, assuming that Rekka77 knows how to use that properly. Good anti-air there out of Man-Bear Pig. He is not going to let Rekka77 take to the sky. Which is one avenue of approach that you 100% have to shut off for Ibuki if you do not want to eat those mix-ups.
Trying to get a command grab out is just not getting any luck.
Oh,
Ooh.
Light Bull Revenger, and oh no, okay. Man-Bear Pig just sort of whips the sweep afterwards. A lot of Birdie players don't seem to know this for whatever reason, but Birdie actually gets amazing Oki off of that Bull Revenger, as long as it's not EX. You can actually dash up and get a command grab mix-up, but a lot of Birdies just don't take it.
And getting a lot of luck on that cross-up right there.
Uses that chain at full screen. Rekka77 uses that opportunity to go in.
Ooh,
Unfortunately,
not
ends
good
the
Oki
combo
on
with
that.
Heavy Rida. That's a bad habit to fall into with Ibuki. If you end those combos mid-screen with Light Rida, you can dash up and get immediate afterwards. But if you end up with Heavy Rida, you're taking, what, 20 extra damage for a full reset to neutral, which is not something that Ibuki is about.
Yeah, and it's not going to work at all because she's going to need all the Oki she can get.
Absolutely. Here we go. Rekka has his way in. Sort of wastes that bomb, unfortunately. Man-Bear Pig just sort of flies right through it. No real bomb setup in mind behind that V-trigger activation. This is going to be overkill by Man-Bear Pig. Stop, she's already dead. Please.
Yeah, that was a... Yeah, that's the weird thing. He just throws the can straight at the shoe. Just the shoe shine tech. Let's call that. Just right throw him on the shoe. Didn't even hit the ground.
Alright, Man-Bear Pig, just like Birdie, is hungry for this win. Let's see if Rekka77 has any adaptations here. The jump-ins are absolutely not working. So far, Rekka is, what, 1 for 5 on those jump-ins. And he did get a lot off of that one jump-in, but still, it is not worthwhile. You need to figure out your approach on the ground.
It's going to be tough for... If you can't get those jump-ins, then it's going to be tough for Ibuki to get in. So, I mean, I can empathize, but it's going to be an uphill battle right now because, Rekka's having quite a time.
I noticed that Rekka is not taking any meaties off of advantageous knockdowns. We're not seeing anything after the Light Riding. We're not seeing anything after whenever Man-Bear Pig fails to Quick Rise. And if your opponent fails to Quick Rise, no matter who you are, what your knockdown was, that is a meaty. Rekka not going to need
the
it
first round.
Round 2. Fight.
Throwing those kunai out like they are not limited. Ooh, okay. Jabs that Bull Revenger. You want to be careful because the EX version, that will not work. That EX version has a lot of invincibility on it, and it will absolutely stuff your anti-airs.
He's doing a really good job of stuffing those Revengers. and really what it needs to be doing.
Alright, Raida in the corner, manages to get that meaty afterwards. I want to see a lot more EX Kunai out of Rekka. He's got meter and he's been holding on to it, despite the fact that Ibuki is such a meter-hungry character. You want to end all those combos with EX Kunai whenever you can, and end it up with some kind of mix-up. Of course, Birdie is one of those characters that I believe the left-right mid-screen mix-up does not work on, but that doesn't mean that there are not other substitute mix-ups that you could be using. Oh, that is punishable.
Ooh.
Just throws the light EX Kunai from neutral, and it manages to connect and take game 2 for Rekka 777.
That was something, because Rekka was able to get quite a bit of damage without getting inside and just, you know, really just picking spots and getting
Rekka
open.
Not really playing Ibuki to her advantage, to her strong suits, but he's managing to get damage in regardless.
Yeah, it's a very unique playstyle here.
Member Pig sort of respecting a lot more than he should be. A lot of this is negative, especially that forward hop kick. You want to challenge that at least. Alright. Connection, crouching heavy punch into Bullhead. Ooh, the raw medium dash behind manages to connect and follow up. Here comes the can. Rekka respects it. Member Pig doesn't put anything behind it. Rekka pulling out a lot of kunai in neutral. This is absolutely way more than you should be letting Ibuki get away with. Goes for the YOLO EX chain. Unfortunately, that is going to be the last of the meter for Manver Pig for now. He does have that V-trigger that he can activate, but he's way too far to actually get any opportunity to activate it without using it raw.
Yeah, really put himself in a really bad place right here.
And that's going to be round 1 for Rekka. This is going to be set point here.
Round 2. Fight.
I feel like Rekka overall is just making a lot better reads and, you know, pointing out those places that he can actually get in.
Yeah, Rekka is sort of zoning out Manbear Pig with these kunai, which is absolutely fake. As the birdie player, you have to not be afraid of the damage that comes out of those kunai, because it is really negligible. And it's not even worth the loss of a kunai, to be honest with you, from the Ibuki standpoint.
And actually getting one of those command grabs, finally.
Unfortunately, Member Pig gets himself cornered. Oh no, bad timing to go ahead and put something in his mouth. Birdie a little bit too hungry there. Ooh, target combo activation into bomb. Member Pig just doesn't block. That actually wasn't a whip punish.
Oh, could have had it right there.
Member Pig really grasping for straws with those EX chains from that far. Still manages to close out that round and take it up to the final match.
Not optimal, but worked regardless.
Rekka's still trying to zone with those kunai. Member Pig just sort of backing up to full screen. Like, that's not where you want to be in this matchup. Oh, okay. Armors through the overhead attempt. Manages to get some damage on the table, but no, that's not real Loki there. Goes for a heavy Bull Revenger. No punish from Rekka.
Now you can see Manbear Pig being a little bit more offensive and really gonna try to be more of a presence up close, and that's what he needs to be doing. Take those kunais out of the game.
That's one of those things you need to learn to do as Birdie. You need to learn to be offensive and play kind of a rushdown game without depending too much on those Bull Revengers. Like, you see Manbear Pig throwing a cannon and immediately Bull Revenger behind it. No, you want to just slowly, patiently walk those in and react to what your opponent does. A lot of people love to overreact to those cans. They'll jump in or something, and that's your opportunity. Oh, some good corner pressure coming out of Manbear Pig, but Rekka is going to have his opportunity here. Excellent V-reversal.
Ooh.
Nope.
Oh,
Bull
no.
Revenger is not going to work. Manages to get the anti-air to a crush counter roundhouse, and that's going to take it from Manbear Pig. Manbear Pig moves on.
Birdie wins.
Ooh. My god.
Rekka 7-7 is going to be knocked out of this tournament, but we saw some cool play out of Rekka in terms of how to approach the neutral. We saw a lot of like single strikes and a lot of combos, but what we weren't seeing were any resets. Rekka 7-7, if you learn to play the Ibuki game to her strong suit, learn to apply those resets, those mix-ups that you can get after something like an EX kunai, you can find yourself getting a lot more damage and a lot more opportunities.
Yeah, it's a tough uphill battle to learn a lot of those mix-ups because it's definitely not a beginner it's barely even an intermediate thing to learn. It is a tough world, and learning mix-ups and the like. But it does pay off, and it pays off in a big way down the line.
So Eternal Alpha apparently gets gold in the middle of the tournament playing Raked.
Oh wow.
I'm gonna go ahead and allow this just because I don't want any more DQs going on in the middle of this tournament. I mean, technically the rule is that you have to not be gold within a week of or up to the start of the tournament. Hitting gold after the start of the tournament, I'm gonna go ahead and say that that's fair game. I've never seen that, I never expected that to happen, but
Yeah,
I'm gonna go ahead and allow this.
Yeah, got my vote for that. There's really nothing you can really do. I mean, yeah. That's unheard of. I wouldn't even be able to like muster the might to actually play ranked in the middle of a tournament.
All right, congratulations, Cherno, on hitting gold. You better win this tournament. All right, let's go ahead and take a look at our bracket and see how this goes. All right, Reka77 says I've been traumatized by meaties going terribly. Yeah, Ibuki has some cool meaty options, although, admittedly, when I play Ibuki, my most common meaty is just Crouching Light Punch. That's what I tend to go for. There's a lot that Ibuki can actually get off that Crouching Light Punch, and then the pushback there is pretty minimal. Alright, so we're going to continue on with Losers Round 4. It looks like we've got More Crabs versus Crankshaft, Cherno Alpha versus Manbear Pig, Fluoride versus Sneaky Nitro, and Yoshi for the win versus Gantz King. Let's go ahead and take a look at who haven't we had on stream. I think we've had all these guys pretty much, except for Yoshi and Gantz King.
Yeah, you'd be right.
Alright, so Yoshi and Gantz King are going to be on stream. I'll go ahead and send those invites out. Losers Round 4. Alright, Yoshi, it's been playing for a while, since the game came out. In Season 1, he used to main Ken, and now he's currently made the switch to Akuma, so he's currently getting his bearings down with Akuma.
Are we about to see some Karen Akuma?
Oh, this is going to be interesting. Karen Akuma. This is a matchup that I'd say is actually pretty heavily in Karen's favor, but the trick here is that the Karen player has to learn to shut down all of Akuma's tools one by one, and there are very specific ways to deal with each one of Akuma's tendencies. If the Akuma likes to air fireball, you have to respond with a well-timed jumping medium punch to knock that out of the sky before the air fireball can even come out. And you can even turn that into some Oki. And
yeah, and even yeah. Oh no, you know more about Karen here, so I'm gonna let you get all your knowledge on the table because you're gonna have a lot more to say about this tonight.
Yeah, I've actually done guides for both of these characters. Wait, no! We have got Gantz King coming out with Mika, which I would say is also a favorable matchup for Mika. As I learned recently, that EX Wingless Airplane has full projectile invulnerability on it, so that becomes an excellent anti-air option to use here when you have meter for blowing up those fireballs.
Everything's all looking up Mika.
Okay.
Fine.
Crouching light kick to interrupt that chop. Oh, Gantz King gets a good jump over that fireball, not a punish though. And there is the anti-air red fireball for Yoshi. I would like to see him use that anti-air back heavy punch into Demon Flip Palm. Turn that anti-air into some good Oki and some good damage. Not sure where that body splash hit, but it managed to connect.
Ooh, that was a really close red fireball that went unpunished.
Yeah. Double hand and Deshko, it's going to come out delayed. It still whiffs because of the fact that Gantz King managed to connect that knockdown.
Oh no. Oh,
good
bad
punish on that
combo.
shooting Peach. Tries to armor through something and gets nothing. That's going to be round 1 for Yoshi.
Round 2. Fight.
Yoshi's sitting on full meter here. He's probably going to want to use that on a critical art confirmation as soon as he gets the chance.
Ooh. Good B skill punch.
Ooh. Fireball comes out as an anti-air. I'd like to believe that that was supposed to be a DP. Tries to anti-air V-skill kick as well.
Uh-oh.
Oh no, very punishable on block.
Ooh, very much.
Anti-air medium
Good
DP.
Ooh, just a little too far back for a good combo.
And that's going to be game one there for Yoshi.
Akuma wins.
Yeah, what Mika needs to do here is play a reactive game here. When you have meter, wingless airplane those jump-ins, EX shooting Peach those fireballs, and then just sort of play the grounded game to the best of your ability. But it looks like we might have a character switch out of Gans King.
Yeah, it looks like we're gonna get that Karen maybe. But yeah, I'd say for Mika, he needs to get Akuma to the corner. And honestly, you could say that, you know, for any matchup that Mika's gonna have, but in that one, I just feel like Mika's not gonna have a great time in the neutral. And unless Akuma gets jump happy, it's gonna be a tough matchup for her.
When it comes to the neutral game, if Akuma players aren't jumping in, a lot of times they'll resort to dashes, stuff like fireballs, red fireballs, or standing heavy punch. That's the big one that comes out, because that's Akuma's longest range, highest priority button. And against Mika in particular, this applies more to Geet, but against Mika in particular, that move is -5. And so if you can answer that with a light, I believe it's not Brimstone, but the other one, Rainbow Typhoon, the light version of that has a lot of range, and you can just answer a lot of those minus situations, no matter how far he's away, with that light Rainbow Typhoon.
And Gans is gonna really have to dominate the neutral here, because Karen can't easily do that. But right now, it's not looking too great.
Yeah, this is a matchup that's hugely in Karen's favor, if you know how to approach Akuma properly. When he goes for those grounded fireballs, you want to either Rasenha over them or EX dash through them to get a punish. Either one works. If he goes for air fireballs, you're jumping medium punch to just knock him. If he just takes to the sky at all, you want to jump forward medium punch to knock that jump out of the sky and turn that into a meaty. Good sweep there, manages to connect with something. Gets an overhead. Oh no, EX Orochi is actually punishable on block. Yoshi does not confirm that. Back throw of Yoshi. So probably the most difficult tool that Akuma has for Karen to deal with in this matchup is Demon Flip pressure. So a lot of Akumas love to go for block strings immediately into Demon Flip, and you have to choose an option very quickly to knock him out of the sky. And keep in mind that Akuma can actually stall in the air to stuff some anti-airs. And so as Karen, your best option there is just EX Rasenha if you see a Demon Flip coming your way out of a block string. That's going to be a quick 2-0 out of Yoshi, just taking it over Gans King.
Yep, it really just wasn't able to counter Akuma optimally, and that's really what really made a difference.
It was a difference in experience there. It looked like Gans King just didn't know the matchup, and Yoshi just did his Akuma pressure, and it worked. Gans King got the right answers for Yoshi's Akuma. All right, let's take a look at our bracket again.
Akuma is somebody where you really need to know how he plays, because he does so much damage, and if you can't reciprocate or block and or counter any of that stuff, you are gonna have a bad time.
Yeah, you need character knowledge to counter Akuma. Otherwise, you do not want to let him get away with any more than he already can. A lot of his tools that you would think would be fake, like, you know, Demon Flip pressure and air fireballs, are very much real if your character does not have a very specific answer for it. And so you have to be very careful about that. You have to be very aware of his tools. All right, Yoshi taking a quick 2-0. It looks like we're still waiting on Fluoride versus Sneaky Nitro. Chernal Alpha takes it over Manbear Pig 2-0, and more Crabs versus Crankshaft still going on. And once that clears up, we'll be in top 8. So that was a pretty smooth bracket that we had up to this point. Whichever one of those matches clears up first, we'll go with between the winner of More Crabs and Crankshaft versus Eternal Alpha, or the winner of Fluoride versus Sneaky Nitro versus Yoshi.
Alrighty then. Yeah, we'll probably get Fluoride in here because we haven't seen him yet, if he wins anyway, or if Sneaky Nitro wins, we'll get him in. Fluoride, we actually got a replay from him for beginner breakdowns.
Sloan Steady asks for the best way to counter air fireballs. So it depends. If your character has a specific answer for air fireballs, then you want to use that. You want to use either Geef's Lariat, Birdie's Bullhead. I think that's the one where you hold down a button. Guile's Flash Kick are the 3 easy options that just go straight through projectiles. And then additionally, there is stuff like Mika's EX Wingless Airplane that's also projectile invulnerable. And then, of course, every EXDP can also knock it out of the sky because it's fully invincible as long as you time it right. But if you don't want to spend meter, there are some other anti-airs that will reach, like Karen's Jumping Medium Punch or Dalston's Crouching Medium Punch that will knock him out of the sky before that air fireball comes out. If you do not play any of those characters and you want a universal option to air fireballs, your best options are to either dash under or to neutral jump. And dash under can absolutely get you in trouble if the air fireball doesn't come out. He just ends up doing a jump in. And neutral jump is a little bit tricky to time, but if you can practice that option against air fireballs, it does work for the entire cast, and it does counter them very, very smoothly. So those are your anti-Akuma tools. Still waiting on Fluoride versus Sneaky Nitro and More Crabs versus Crankshaft. Alright, just reviewing our top 8 thus far. We got Jigs510, not sure who Jigs510 plays. We've got Quentin XD, who used Urian, I believe. We've got Let's Go Crazy, who I still don't think we've had on stream. Have we? I think we have. I don't remember who we played, though.
Yeah, he was in the second match we had on stream.
Versus Twisty and Laura. He beat Twisty's Laura. He was playing, I want to say Akuma is who he used. And then we have DB Rockstar, not sure who DB Rockstar is using. Cherno Alpha using Geef. Yoshi for the win using Akuma. And then we have the winner of Fluoride versus Sneaky Nitro, which I believe is Urian versus Laura?
Ken? It could be Ken, I think.
And then we've got More Crabs versus Crankshaft, which is Bison versus Balrog. Bison, Balrog, Urian, Laura. What do these characters have in common?
Like so much fun. Yeah.
Alright, I'll take this time to go ahead and advertise our Teespring campaign. If you head over to teespring.com/store/newchallenger and insert the promo code NCH4EVO, you can get 10% off any of our t-shirts that we've currently got on sale. You can rep New Challenger at your locals if you get one of our slick little New Challenger blue tees with the newchallenger.gg link on the back. Alternatively, if you just want to style and not worry about representing the Discord per se, you can get our Karen Teabagging t-shirt, our Vega Poker Card t-shirt, our Jury Yin Yang t-shirt, or our Guile America t-shirt. Fun fact, the Guile America t-shirt only available in the United States. Or you can get a Geef's Gym t-shirt if you want to rep that. Lately, I've been noticing Nick Tonella wearing the Geef's Gym merchandise to his locals and stuff.
Oh yeah, that's a good shirt to have. The slick design.
Alright, it looks like we are all set to continue on with our top 8, starting with top 8 losers, and then we'll go, from this point on, we'll just follow the match numbers listed on Challenge. And so if you want to know when your match is coming up, just check the numbers, and that's how many matches it'll be up until you get to play. So for now, let's go with Crankshaft versus Cherno Alpha. Let's send those guys invites. And apparently this is going to be a run back. Did this happen already? Crankshaft, let's check the match history here. Yeah, that was actually a round 1 pick, Crankshaft versus Cherno Alpha, that we had on stream. So yeah, this is an on-stream run back. Oh man. So hopefully, what I want to see out of Crankshaft is what I want to see out of Turn Alpha is a lot more flex in this matchup. Just stuff those dash punches when you see them coming.
Yeah, we'll see. Yeah, he's really needs to. Let's say he started doing it later in the match, in the round 1 match, when Alpha was playing a much better Oki, and he really needs to utilize that. So we'll see if he can keep that momentum that he had against Rog. And yeah, like you said, he really needs to get the flex rolling better, because if he could do that, he will have party of this matchup here.
And then Crankshaft, honestly, this is a tough matchup for Rog, I mean, no matter how you look at it, but I feel like there are some adaptations that Crankshaft can take. He has to learn to play the Geef matchup. He just has to play it a lot slower, reactively. What he has to keep an eye on in particular is Cherno Alpha's tendency to use that standing heavy punch in neutral. What he wants to do is stand just out of range of that standing heavy punch, or dance in and out of it to bait it. And then absolutely try to get that whiff punish. Balrog has no trouble with punishing that standing heavy punch. You just have to look for it and see it coming.
Yeah, and there's a lot of whiff punish opportunities when you're playing against Geef. One of my favorite ones that I found was if Geef does a stand HP and if you're using Balrog, you can do a crouch HP like right on the whiff punish and just go into your screw upper combo and just do a bunch of damage. And I didn't know about that. I always had a lot of trouble against Zangief, and now it's just like, oh, every time I see this, I'm just gonna, you know, shave off a couple 300 damage right there. So it's always like the little opportunities you can exploit to really crank up your damage output, and it's knowing those little things that make a difference down the line.
Alright, still waiting on Cherno Alpha to hop in. Let me go ahead and send him another invite. Cherno just sticking to ranked, just playing ranked throughout the entirety of this tournament, which I don't blame him. Props to, thanks for pressing start, Mr. Ben. Getting the rare, the slightly more rare anime.
Oh god, God, and I remember seeing that. I was doing the beginner breakdowns, and it just popped up, and it just yelled in my ear, and like, oh my god, what is happening?
Yeah, you gotta remember to turn the volume on OBS down whenever you stream anything with that follower alert on. Matter of fact, I had just turned it down right before that person followed, so that was this is some good looking on my part. Otherwise, rip headphone users.
And how rare is the rare?
I don't know. That's
power?
just an option that you can set on Streamlabs. There's like the chance options, and then the options they give you are like rare, and then like super rare, and then like hardly ever or something like that. So I just set it to rare. So it's not super uncommon. I would say it happens like what, like 35 or like 40% of the time or something like that. They all do make the SVC Chaos new challenger sound effect though. Currently.
Yeah, that is like one of the better ones that I've heard. So, Japan.
Oh yeah, it's incredibly Japan. Alright, we're going to have this run back set between Cherno Alpha's Geef and Crankshaft's Balrog.
Round 1. Fight.
Cherno Alpha celebrating the gold that he got mid-tournament with the title and this weird hairstyle. Alright, good jump back heavy punch to punish that that running bear grab. What he needs to do is neutral jump though to get a little bit more damage off of those.
Ooh, no punish off the deep EX or the dash low. But he's keeping good pressure, keeping Frank here in the corner.
Good V reversal there. Cherno Alpha doesn't let Crankshaft get any momentum. Ooh, stuffs whatever that was with an overhead. That might have been EX SPD.
Ooh, good SPD. Let's see if he can keep the Oki in.
Oh, wakes up with the standing light kick, but doesn't follow up into the target combo. A lot of times you'll see Rogs waking up with that standing light kick, and they will commit. They will just input that full target combo. Crankshaft matching those jabs. Gets a crush counter sweep because Cherno Alpha does not. Just tries to press anything after he's, what, minus God knows how much on that standing heavy punch.
Ooh, no SPD after the sweep.
And that's going to be round 1 for Crankshaft. Zangief gets the hot dog on his head, covering up his brand new gold hairstyle.
Ooh. Yeah, he's gonna
Double
need to pick a
dash
couple
up.
more spots to get. Ooh, almost went for that double dash SPD.
Crank needs
I
to
knew
play
he
a
was looking for
lot
it.
more reactive right now. He should not be letting Chernal Alpha getting those double... He shouldn't be letting Chernal Alpha dash up at all, much less double dash.
He's not getting a lot of good conversions after that ROG overhead.
Ooh, I like the frame trap option there out of the V skill.
Not a good punish after the
EX
bit
dash low.
part combo.
Dash up throw. Chernal Alpha's cornered now. It's going to be an uphill battle from here on out. Crankshaft respecting that that blocked Cyclone a lot, like way too much. You can, in fact, press buttons. I think Zangief is something like -5 after you block that Cyclone, as long as he doesn't follow it up into the higher levels.
Ooh, good.
Chernal
sweep.
Alpha gets the frame trap, doesn't follow it up into Larry, though. That would have killed. Jump light kick is going to go ahead and take that round 1, that round 2 for Chernal Alpha.
Final round.
Had the bulge out in full glory right there. Just
Approach counter sweep.
Everywhere.
Shaft, and there's the wake up critical art. You have to always expect that when Zangief has full critical art. Always be suspicious if a Geef isn't EX SPDing you at all times. That means that that critical art is going to come out sooner or later. Let's see you on a
did a
what
good
neutral
job
jumper
of
shimmy
interrupting
defense.
that V skill.
Ooh, unfortunately Balrog does not have a good cross-up button. That jumping heavy punch just slides right behind Chernal Alpha there.
Just waiting
There's
to
the
make
Cyclone. Crankshaft does press buttons there. Chernal Alpha blocks.
Ooh, good block on the overhead.
And that's going to be game 1 for Chernal Alpha.
He's getting a lot of good fortune on that V trigger, and he's just playing solid block strings and his general mix-up on, that Cyclone.
Ricka777 asking why there's a gold in this tournament. Well, he was silver at the start of the tournament, and then he did ranked in between, managed to get gold, and I, for the sake of the tournament, did not want to disqualify him. What's going on with the spectating? Am I going to get kicked out, or are you seeing this too?
Yeah, I'm seeing it too. It's not letting me go forward at all. Yep,
Okay.
it was halted.
Luckily, it didn't happen in the middle of the game, so that we can just pick it up smoothly. Let's hop back to the queue. And let these guys finish their set.
Capcom.
Let's do this.
Alright, let's see if we get any kind of character change. I doubt it. Yep, sure enough, it's going to be Chernal Alpha using Geef versus Crankshaft's ROG.
Just taking it to the grid. Going to the bland gray world.
Round 1. Fight.
Still rocking the pink Geef.
Crankshaft gets the whiff punish on that standing heavy punch with that dash punch. He needs to do a little bit better of a job of weaving in and out of that range. Nope, instead he just dash punches right into that armor.
Crankshaft's gonna have to stop going for so many V skills after that, medium kick, medium punch, because he's getting stabbed out of it every single time.
Crankshaft needs to play a little bit more reactive here. He needs to keep an eye on those opportunities. Those standing heavy punches have so many recovery frames, he's not even trying to whiff punish. That's the heavy SPD at Eternal Alpha. He doesn't go for the dash up, but Crankshaft also just doesn't quick recover. Oh, and that punishable stomp target combo, and he does not V-trigger cancel to make it safe.
He's gonna survive. Yep.
Oh no, but he tries to press buttons. That headbutt is plus, what, 3? Plus 2? Something like that.
Yeah, going for a lot of buttons on defense, and even though he does have a good 3-framer, it's just a little too risky playing against Geef because he has a lot of plus.
I'm frozen again. Are we going to get kicked back? Or, yep, there it goes. Spectating has been halted once again.
Yep, I'm going to have to go in radio mode again because I still got it over here.
Okay.
The Geef's... Yep. Geef's carrying Crank out to the corner here. Both pretty even. Frank's in the corner. Geef's applying the pressure. Still got just chipping away with lights and the like. Crank isn't doing hardly anything at all. He's just turtling in the corner. Frank's finally rocking. We're back to neutral. Frank pops a V-trigger. Cherno throws out the critical art in the middle of a dash punch, and just a shade away from getting the kill. Just one more hit will do it. Blocks the rush. Frank gets the overhead. Tries to get the rush again, but it's blocked. He's out of any resources. No V-trigger, no bar. They're back to neutral. Cherno's still looking for that one hit to win it. And he gets it. Frank went for another V-skill after that medium kick, medium punch, and it's just about 10 too many that he did. And just gets crouch jabbed out of it and taken out of this tournament.
Alright, looks like a 2-0 for Cherno Alpha. Cherno Alpha moves on inside of our losers bracket. We can move on to our next top 8 match, which is going to be... drumroll if I can remember.
It's go time.
Fluoride versus Yoshi. So let's go ahead and send those invites out to Fluoride and Yoshi for the win. Oh man, these servers are not doing great right now.
Telling me.
Alright, Yoshi is in here, still waiting on Fluoride to join. Hopefully I'm sending the invites to the correct CFN.
And if I remember right, Fluoride is a Ken player, but I think he may play Urian or something.
Fluoride plays a lot of characters. I know he has a Urian, I know he has a Geef.
Oh no, he's an Alex player, I think.
Yeah, he also plays Alex, and I think that Alex is actually his best character. But he does tend to switch around a lot in the middle of tournaments. But yeah, Fluoride just has a lot of characters. I don't know if he considers himself to have a main, but his main is Alex.
Yeah, and that's a dangerous thing, being able to flip-flop around a lot of characters, because it shows that you have a pretty solid character knowledge, and that's a really important thing. Once you got a basis for one character and you feel comfortable with, play around with a couple of the other characters, knowing, just the basic fundamentals of the game, and get an idea of what it's like being in their shoes, so to speak, because it'll teach you a lot about how that character approaches each game, and you can use that for when you face that character with your own main on, how to approach that match, because that is super important and loops all the way back into character knowledge.
Alright, let's hop down and let these guys get this show on the road. Yoshi for the win using Akuma, Fluoride using God knows who. He's currently got his character set to Ken, but he's probably going to switch. It's just roll the dice. Everybody give me your predictions in chat as to who Fluoride is going to use.
He's going to pull out the Secret Fang, I bet.
The Secret Fang? The Hidden Pocket Fang?
Right now.
Switching character to Guile. But he's probably still not going to use Guile with that character select on. God, so who is that we've seen on Fluoride's roster? We've seen Ken, we've seen Guile, I've seen a Urian, I've seen Alex.
at that point, it could really be anybody. But we'll see who he feels is the best in this matchup.
Amadeo Avogadro saying I should have practiced my Fang. Yeah. I mean, if you want to take an Underdog tournament, practicing your Fang is a very easy way to do so. Nobody knows the Fang matchup, not even at a higher level.
Here comes the challenger!
Thank you for pressing start, Sea Beast X.
He's going for the Alex, the old main.
There it is. All right, Fluoride not messing around.
Round 1. Fight.
Fluoride ready to put the cavity protection on the Pearly Whites of Yoshi for the wins Akuma. Ooh, tries to go for the anti-air shoulder. He times it correctly, but unfortunately that air fireball does stuff those grounded anti-airs. So Fluoride's gonna have to learn to deal with that. And Yoshi, I feel like, can afford to get away with it even more often, knowing that seeing that stuffed that shoulder the first time. There it is. And now Fluoride is respecting it.
He's able to keep a solid neutral here, because that's what Alex kind of has to do. He needs to be able to establish that neutral, but now he's getting thrown to the corner. He's going to have a tough time getting out.
Ooh, that was interesting to see. Yoshi extended that frame trap a little bit more than he should have. He went for forward heavy punch into crouching medium punch. Absolutely an interruptible frame trap.
Ooh.
Ooh. Mistimed medium, and Fluoride just sort of messes up that opportunity. I'm not sure what he's going for. Looked like an elbow.
Yep, he's going to have to keep himself out of the corner here, because I feel like if he wasn't pushed back around in the later parts of that match, he would have taken it.
And once again, Yoshi going into round 2 with full critical art. Let's see if he can get that confirmed into CA. The palm absolutely punishable on block. Yoshi gets a punish crouch medium punch. I'm not sure if he could have gotten anything better. Probably a flash shot.
It's going a little too read heavy on those EX scissor kicks, or just air scissors.
Alright, EX elbow is a far anti-air. I'm not sure if that was worth the meter, but I guess whatever gets you in. Ooh, crouching medium punch, V-trigger activation into sledgehammer, into backdrop, huge damage. Especially to Yoshi's self-esteem, that feels bad.
Yeah, that was an awesome confirm right there.
Ooh, EX knee drop to scoop Yoshi out of the sky.
Final round.
Paperclip, everyone. This is the only time you're ever going to see air EX scissors actually being good.
Does that have... I don't think that actually has projectile vulnerability. I think he just went in at the correct angle to scoop that out of the sky.
Yeah, I think he went just a little under it.
Yeah, that's what I tell you lower players to try and do whenever you see those air fireballs. Get a little bit closer than you usually would and go for that heavy punch bolt charge. You'll slide right under those fireballs and get that anti-air. Oh, that was a oh, no, never mind. That was a medium Tatsu. Yoshi throws away a little bit of that meter on the EX fireball. Doesn't have enough for CA, but he might not need it. He just needs one more confirm.
Ooh, goes for a parry.
Fluoride tries to jab his way out of that situation, but it doesn't work out for him.
Yeah, and like I said, he got pushed into the corner, and it's so tough for Alex to get out if you got someone who's really savvy on, corner control.
Yeah, that Alex does not have any graceful wake-up options. He does not have a 3-frame. He doesn't have anything with frame 1 armor or frame 1 invincibility. And he has CA, but Alex is already a pretty meter-dependent character as it is. You want to spend meter on that EX flash chop if you want Oki. You want to spend meter on that EX knee smash if you want an anti-air. And it looks like Alex just wasn't working out for Fluoride, so we might see a character switch. The question is, who is he going to go with? Out of his characters, I want to say Guile would be a good bet, but time will tell.
It looks like he's going to go for Guile, maybe.
Let's do this.
Alright, who is Fluoride going to go with? Quinn XD says, hit him with the Guile. And sure enough, there's the Guile coming out of Fluoride. And the question is he going to be able to use this Guile to counteract Yoshi's playstyle? I know that Yoshi does tend to go a little bit Fireball heavy.
Yeah, if he can get the booms rolling, but the thing is, red fireballs do a really good job of getting those boom out of the equation.
Ooh, there's that medium Tatsu, goes right through the booms. Yoshi knows the answer, he knows this matchup. Anti-air back fierce. Gets Fluoride into the corner, and now the pressure is relentless. Goes for that standing heavy punch, doesn't follow it up into the target combo to make himself punishable.
He's trying to go for the upside down kick.
Yeah, this is just a difference in character experience is what we're seeing here. Normally this is a matchup that's kind of even, if not slightly in Guile's favor, but Yoshi is making it look pretty one-sided here. Ooh, uses the air fireball to stall his momentum in the air, goes right over that boom. Here we go, Fluoride has some
right there.
pressure going on. Good sweep punish.
He's gonna have to be a little careful here, but now he lost the corner pressure. Now he's getting pushed back into his own corner.
Interesting media option there out of Yoshi. Uses that -5 standing heavy punch, just trying to get that crush counter. Interesting use of air fireballs, EX air fireballs out of Yoshi, but you know what? It works.
Ooh.
That's gonna be round 1 for Yoshi. Yoshi sitting here at match point.
Round 2. Fight.
Ooh, red fireball right in Fluoride's face. Light red fireball. I'm not sure why he would ever go with that option, but Fluoride was respecting it.
Good anti-air.
Another medium. That was a read and a half. Throws out that medium Tatsu way before that boom comes out. Oh, neutral jump, medium punch. Crush counter, crush fierce. EX splash kick coming out of Fluoride.
Ooh, this last resort move. Good for your versatile to alleviate pressure.
Yoshi sitting on full resources. He immediately spends a lot of them to activate that V-trigger off of the EX Fireball, and that's going to be it. We get the Rage Quit, the Battle Lounge Rage Quit out of Fluoride. Is that what just happened? Wow. Fluoride. Yep, sure enough, Fluoride instinctively hits that Alt F4 button that he has bound on his fight stick as soon as that match ends, and Yoshi moves on. That was actually kind of hilarious. The tournament Rage Quit. Oh,
Flip it,
man.
guys.
You know that that's a habit. Like, he immediately did that and then forgot that he was on stream. Everybody hit that clip. Some said with the Baye face in chat.
Oh, God.
Oh, man. Oh, I should have switched overlays just a little bit sooner so you could have seen that. Oh, that's great. Oh, name of the day. All right, let's go ahead and take a look at our bracket. Oh, man. That was some pretty good play out of Yoshi, adapting, knowing the Guile matchup, which you have to know as an Akuma player. That is one of the matchups that you cannot just play your same old game plan with. You have to know the Guile specific answers there. And so we're going to move into top 6, our losers round 6 here. I believe. No, we're going to go to winners top 8. With Jigs 510 versus Quentin XD. So I'm going to go ahead and send those invites out. Jigs 510 versus Quentin XD. Let me know in chat who you think is going to take it or who you're rooting for at all within this top 8 that we've currently got. Nah, B. Alright. Quentin XD going to be using Gurion, and Jigs510, with I believe his first stream appearance, is going to be using a Ken. So let's see. Oh, no. We've seen Jigs before, I think.
Let's do this.
Alright, sitting here in winners top 8. Here comes Mr. Fundamental, Quentin XD, says the real Kyle. Sure enough, we're gonna see those Urian fundamentals come into play. XD.
Yeah, I feel like Urian's gonna have quite the upper hand in this one unless Ken can, you know, get in because Ken ain't doing too good this season.
Yeah, no,
He
Ken.
lost a lot of good tools.
It's a little tough for Ken. He's still got that very, very amazing Thunder Kick overhead, which you can convert into a lot of damage as long as you keep an eye on
the
that.
only thing he has.
That's his entire game plan, pretty much these days.
Ooh,
You can still make Ken work. Unfortunately, it's just a little bit uphill with him, more so than it was in Season 1. But Jigs, sure enough, making it work with the Ken Classic, the crouching medium kick into Light Tatsu on block. No punish out of Quentin. Quentin not doing too great on the punish game. Ooh, that actually, I feel like I should have punished that fireball at point blank.
Gonna get a good Aegis setup right here.
Land EXDP, the Ken Classic, of course, and I don't blame him for using it in that specific situation, and Jigs is going to take that round 1. Kenning it up.
Round 2. Fight.
Forward throw out of Jigs, gets the corner positioning. Quentin jumps out, gets the cross up right away. EX headbutt, follows it up into the tackle. Ooh, tries to bait that EXDP, I don't blame him.
Ooh, gets a good cross up to get the corner control.
Okay, frame traps into sweep, sure. Jigs gets that crush counter knockdown, and that's going to be game 1 for Jigs.
Jigs is getting a lot of good cross-ups right there. He got a lot of opportunities that Quentin was not blocking, and that led to a lot of damage, and even more so, a lot of corner control that led to more damage.
Yeah, Urian has a little bit of trouble dealing with cross-ups. The best idea is to either block or not put yourself in that situation where you might get crossed up.
Round 1. Fight.
Ooh, tries to go for the hard read on the up fireball as soon as the round starts. Jigs just going into overdrive, constantly doing something. Quentin just down backing, trying to wait for Jigs to blow himself up, which is not a bad option against a Ken that plays this way. EX headbutt, and we have the crush counter punish on the DP.
Everywhere to go.
No, Quentin drops that follow up, accidentally jumps forward instead of dashing forward. He's gonna pay for it. That could have been the damage that he needed to put on the table in order to close this out. Overhead into Aegis. Jigs just walks back into it, but is this gonna be enough? No.
Not. Ooh.
Ooh, good punish on
read
Quentin.
right there.
For all the punishes that he's dropped all tournament, that was a good one. That double jab into light tackle to punish that that EXDP V-trigger cancellation. Quentin XD again, just down backing, waiting for Jigs to blow himself up, but he has to be aware of that run. Very hard to react to. Overhead standing heavy kick charged. Gets the restand, and there's the DP. Oh, and Jigs then gets the guess correctly on the EX headbutt. It was actually interesting that Jigs picked up on that. Every single time that he connected with an EXDP, Quentin went ahead and answered with the EX headbutt. These guys are just trading those DPs back and forth. Oh no, Quentin throws out the wrong mirror.
Ooh.
Still manages to close out the round and put it up 1-1.
Yeah, there's a lot of EXDPs being thrown around in this match. There's just too much. And I've never really played any characters that have invincible DPs.
Really? You play exclusively characters with no DPs? You must have really good wake-up habits.
It's not like a rule, but it's just like I tend to... All the characters I've played just do not have
don't
them,
have it.
And I've played around with Akuma, and it's like, oh, so this is what it's like.
Yeah,
and then
Akuma's especially is very powerful.
Then I get blocked, and it's like, crap. Still rocking the DPs and getting good damage on them. There's another one.
Yeah, the DP is a very powerful tool, not necessarily because it's a good option, but because connecting with it once can deal so much psychological damage to your opponent. Quentin XT dropping the punish on that EXDP V-trigger cancel. It's good that he at least challenged it, but you want to be able to take that damage that gets put on the table.
Just lots of jump arounds and stuff, and just no regard for corner control, and it's really just sending this match into tailspin. 'Cause if one of these guys can just keep their opponent in the corner, they're going to have a lot more luck. Just keep jumping out and go for cross-ups and the like.
For those of you in chat wondering what I mean by psychological damage, yeah, that's when you all of a sudden become afraid to meaty or go for any frame traps because of the possibility that they might DP. Jigs with a run-up grab, connecting with that for like the 4th time. So far he's had such a good success rate on those run-ups. Misfaces it there. Quentin manages to connect with the air-to-air.
You can tell he doesn't want to catch any more of those DPs.
Jigs still sitting on that full V-trigger. Oh no, Quentin gets his and pops it, and this could be enough damage to kill? Yes.
Yep, it will be.
And I believe that's going to be it. Quentin XD moves on. And Jigs gets knocked down into our losers bracket. Solid Urian play out of Quentin XD.
Yeah, he was doing a good job, and I feel, yeah, I just can't reiterate enough how important corner control is. I know it's doesn't seem to be that important in like bronze and silver, but it's such a good habit to have.
Yeah, it's hard to pay attention to the corner at an earlier level because a lot of people don't know how to successfully apply that corner pressure. They don't know how to make the most of it. And so a lot of people will fall into the trap of overextending and letting their opponent jump out of the corner, and some people will fall into the opposite trap of underextending and letting their opponent just walk out of the corner for free. And you have to learn how to exploit the fact that your opponent can no longer walk back when they're in the corner. It might not seem apparent why walking back is so powerful, but you really have to learn to utilize that to your advantage. Just sort of extend your frame traps. Alright, next up we've got Let's Go Crazy versus DB Rockstar. Let's go ahead and send them invites into the chat, or in the lobby rather. Let's go crazy. Alright, let's go crazy using Akuma. DB Rockstar, not sure. We'll find out who he uses as soon as he hops into this lobby. There we go.
Who's a Guile player? Okay, so we get to see this again.
We get to see another example of the Guile Akuma matchup. It seems like this matchup happens a lot. Both these guys are very popular characters, I guess. Alright, let's hop back and let these guys have at it.
Let's do this.
Alright, continuing on with winners top 8. So we talked about this matchup earlier, assuming that the DB Rockstar does in fact go with Guile. Akuma's got a lot of options to get past those booms. He's got that red fireball. He's got that medium Tatsu at close range, which if utilized properly can make Guile's life very tough because all it takes is one connection with a medium Tatsu to all of a sudden be in and start applying that Oki. But then again, DB Rockstar, or Guile in particular, in fact, has access to that flash kick, which is fully projectile invulnerable and can defeat literally all of Akuma's air approach options. It can beat his jump-ins, it can beat his demon flips, and it can beat his air fireballs.
Yeah, and it's really going to be a question of who knows the matchup better, because that's going to be the deciding factor here.
100%, yeah. Which one of these guys has more experience in this matchup?
Round 1. Fight.
Let's go crazy, walking back, throwing a fireball, and then DB Rockstar immediately jumping in. Two things that you don't want to do in this matchup, as both of these players respectively. You do not want to be throwing those normal fireballs as Akuma, because you will lose that fireball war.
Yeah,
goes for the red
fireballs running.
Yep. And then DB Rockstar does not need to be jumping in here. He just needs to be standing his ground, playing a nice defensive zoning Guile, and keeping an eye on those jump-ins.
Good combo right there to get him into the corner. He's going to get thrown right into it and get himself out.
Yeah, that teleport manages to get Let's Go Crazy immediately out. Back throw to punish that medium Tatsu.
Could have been going for some hard reads there.
Yeah, he's going for those medium Tatsus, but he's not reacting with them. He's just using them. Ooh, okay, another one. Just happens to connect that Crouch Fierce. Let's Go Crazy using those medium Tatsus as an approach tool, and then jumps over the fireballs when they finally come out. Ooh, no flash kick there at DB Rockstar. It was a little bit too far anyway, I think.
Ooh. Not gonna get the full one, just a little too close.
Let's Go Crazy just barely too far for that overhead to connect, but he manages to close out that round with a jab. Okay, DB Rockstar whipping V-skills in Let's Go Crazy's face. No medium Tatsu out of Let's Go Crazy when it counts, but this is going to be... Whoa, okay, interesting option there. Let's Go Crazy goes for the corner carry instead of the critical art confirm. Tries to teleport out, but no, we can throw those. And then finally goes for the real escape option, the DP. Let's Go Crazy throws away all of his meter. Does have access to V-trigger. The question is, does he know how to use it?
Ooh,
Another back throw to
full combo.
Flash kick, correct option there. Let's Go Crazy V reversals his way out of the corner, but in the process, he loses access to that V-trigger. Oh,
Ooh,
good
demon flip.
way to close out that match for Let's Go Crazy, but I do want to see a lot more flash kick out of DB Rockstar.
Yeah, I don't think there was a single flash kick that entire match.
Yeah, I think we saw one flash kick, and it was a good flash kick, but there were a lot more jump-ins than flash kicks. We needed to see that. We need to see you close off Akuma's air approach entirely if you want to be able to take this. Right off the bat, there's a jump in off of Let's Go Crazy, and the problem here is that DB Rockstar is not down backing enough. There are two ways to play Guile. There's offensive mode where you walk around, and then there's defensive mode where you just hold down back and you just serve as a wall. And in this this matchup, it definitely is a lot stronger to play in that down back defensive Guile strategy. Ooh, okay. Let's Go Crazy actually whips that medium Tatsu and lands right into that ladder active frame of that V-skill. Back throw to DB, that's gonna... Whoa, alright!
Yeah, that could have been a mistake, or he could have been going for a
Not
hard
sure
read, but...
how that physically happened, but get a whiff on the old DP there.
Gonna get a good combo here towards the corner.
Okay.
Carry him all the way home.
Let's Go Crazy consistently not trying to use that critical art activation, despite the fact that that is a huge source of damage for Akuma. I would take it. There's the teleport out of the corner. You got to be expecting that as the Guile player. B throw, very effective option against Akumas that like to teleport. Okay, interesting little one-bar combo there out of Let's Go Crazy. Consistently not using that critical art. Could be saving it to close out the match. DB Rockstar is certainly not out of this. He's up around. He doesn't have the meter advantage, but he can absolutely win this if he just keeps calm, doesn't overextend. Oh, this is going to work. That is 100% going to work. You can answer to those Sonic Booms as long as you get that V-Trigger activation a couple of frames before that Fireball connects. You can 100% Raging Demon through those.
Right there. And he knew it was going to happen, too.
Absolutely. Very powerful option when Akuma has full meter and full V-Trigger. All of a sudden, Fireballs become risks every single time. And just like that, DB Rockstar is on the ropes here in the corner. What is he going to do? Goes for the yellow jump out, but he's too far for that double crouch jab into flash kick combo to connect. That is tragic. Ooh, good forward heavy punch. Almost gets the punish on that that throw tech attempt.
Ooh, doesn't block the sweep.
Oh, DB Rockstar activates that V-trigger. Throws the Sonic Breaks out, just raw.
Ooh, doesn't get the full one.
Doesn't get the full double connection on the DP. He's a little bit too far, but he still manages to close out this set. And
Got
let's
a
go
little
crazy
chunky there at the end, but
So-
still managed to bring it.
Absolutely. Let's go crazy moves on 2-0.
It's go time.
All right, next up we are going to have our losers round 6 match between Jigs 510 and Yoshi for the wins. I'm gonna go ahead and send those guys their invites. All right, let me know in chat who you're currently rooting for between these two. Jigs 510 with his Nutty Ken, and Let's Go Crazy. Well, not Let's Go Crazy, rather. We have got Yoshi for the win with his formerly Nutty Ken and currently Solid Akuma.
A lot of Akumas today, isn't there?
A lot of Akumas, yeah, you're right. He's just Akuma's rising in popularity, and honestly, I do not blame people for using Akuma. Very, very strong player. Easily the strongest Shoto in the game currently. He's got a lot of tools and a lot of options. And honestly, when he first came out, a lot of people complained about his stubby normals and his low health. But to be honest, his options, the options that he has, just more than make up for his shortcomings. His standing heavy punch makes up for his lack of long-range buttons, because that move is just so high priority. It's so good at stuffing other buttons. It's so good at getting crush counters. And if you connect with it, immediately you're in. You get that Oki and you can start that pressure. And Akuma's got a ton of those +3 buttons in a +3 situations. As soon as he gets in, as long as you know how to keep that pressure up, you can absolutely put your opponent on the ropes. That's kind of something that a lot of the top tiers in this game have in common currently. A lot of the top tiers in this game can force you to play defense all game.
Oh yeah, definitely. I could tell you, Rog. Yeah, I don't even have to tell you that. I mean, he just gets you to the corner, and it's like, oh well, I guess I'll play offense sometime today.
That's something you're hearing a lot out of people saying about Street Fighter V. Oh yeah, offense is way stronger than defense. It's something people have always said. And it's absolutely true. Not to say that you cannot play defensively. It's just when your opponent has you on the ropes and they start hitting you with those +2, +3 frame traps, it's very hard to know what to do properly.
Yeah, it's very rush down oriented game. But if you can play good fundamental defense, it does pay off. I mean, blocking is just as important as dishing out attacks, and if you know how to block well, you can be a really good player.
Alright, looks like we've got Jigs 510 and Yoshi in here. Let's go ahead and hop down and let them get started.
Yeah.
Alright, Ken Akuma. This is going to be an interesting one. This is one of those matchups where you're playing somebody playing your old main, and you're just sort of looking into a mirror of your past self. I want to give the advantage to Yoshi here just because he knows a lot about Ken and his tool sets.
Yeah, and I think that might be the deciding factor here. I think, yeah, if he knows how to circumvent Ken, then yeah.
Yeah, he's definitely got the Ken knowledge. The question is, does he have the reactions to actually, the reactions and execution to actually capitalize on stuff like punishing light Tatsus and interrupting run cancels? We'll find out.
Round 1. Fight.
And Jigs, sure enough, starting the round with light Tatsu. Surprisingly safe option for starting rounds.
I don't really understand it. This seems kind of weird to me.
Light Tatsu, it's just it's an interesting way of closing the distance. Think of it as a punishable on a forward dash.
Weird.
Air fireballs, Ken absolutely has a difficult time dealing with them. He's got an excellent anti-air in the form of that crouching heavy punch, but the problem is it gets stuffed by air fireballs. If Ken wants to knock those air fireballs out of the sky, he's got a neutral jump, run under, or spend meter on that EXDP, which does not connect for very much damage. Good sweep punish there out of Yoshi. Ooh, just a little bit too close for that air fireball to connect.
Yeah. Can't be throwing those air fireballs out too close. If they're right under you, you're going to be wide open to a nasty attack.
Yeah, tons and tons of recovery on those air fireballs when they hit the ground. Okay, neutral jump jab. Alright, good counter sweep out of Yoshi. He's got those. There's the crush counter sweep. Goes for a cross up. Okay, tries to anti-air overhead. I'm going to assume that was supposed to be a medium DP. Ooh, wow, look at where that back fierce hit. Jigs was way deep in cross-up range, and that still managed to knock him out of the sky. That back heavy punch, such a good anti-air for Akuma. Ooh, nice walk under for Jigs, but unfortunately he doesn't get a punish. He just tries to go for a throw, and it was a little bit too late. Excellent shimmy forward heavy punch.
Ooh, ooh.
Both these guys just sort of slugging it out back and forth, but Yoshi for the win, putting in a little bit more damage on the table, managing to take that round 2.
Doing a really good job of utilizing the back heavy as anti-air, and it's really paying off.
Absolutely, that back heavy is such a powerful anti-air with such good follow-ups. Oh no!
Just like that, you see it in the corner.
Yoshi tried to get that that follow-up off of that crush counter, but he dropped the back heavy punch there. Light DP, interesting. Good tick throw. As soon as you see that light kick, you want to be aware of that tick throw option. It's the only reason Akuma players would ever use it. Wow, EX Fireball manages to dash up after the V-trigger cancel and get the DP. And of course, the wake up critical art. Who expected anything else?
Yep. Yep.
Jig said, if I'm going to take a risk, I might as well use all of my meter to do so. And that's going to be game 1 to Yoshi.
Yeah, I think... Oof.
Round 1.
Jigs needs to stop doing those sweeps so much, because I think he has about a 10% success rate on him.
Yeah, the sweeps are not working out, and Jigs is just sort of doing them. He's frame trapping with them. With these weird, like, minus 11 frame traps. It's not working. Alright, good back jump to dodge that fireball. Gets the crush counter, gets the counter hit, meaty, crouching, medium punch, and then tries to combo it into a sweep. Unfortunately, that's an Akuma combo. Maybe you should switch characters as well. Jigs.
Ooh,
oh no.
Full hit on it.
Yep, Jigs jumps back to try and dodge the air fireball, but the EX fireball comes out, and the extra startup is just enough to catch Jigs out of the air. Ooh, good jump forward. Jigs not applying any combos after that crouch medium punch.
Gonna catch the fireball right there.
Jigs needs to learn to use that back medium punch. There's a lot of times where he could be getting a full combo in a heavy Tatsu, and instead he's just going for a crouch medium punch. Like now. Ooh, the neutral air fireball's super tough to deal with. As soon as Akuma is in V-trigger, those air fireballs become a super real threat. But here we go, he spends all of it. Tries to bait a DP or something. There's the DP. Yoshi knows the DP habits. He used to be a DP main. I mean Ken main.
I mean, you're not wrong.
Oh no! I have a feeling that was supposed to be a walk forward fireball, but of course, as we all know, walk forward fireball means DP.
Final round. Fight.
Good jump in fireball. Those full screen jump heavy fireballs are actually plus on block, so you have to respect those. Oh no, the Ken sweep doesn't have enough range to punish the Akuma sweep, which is really weird. Both these guys with awful range on their sweeps. The double whiff throw. Full butter across the board. This is going to be a delicious last round here.
Is he gonna go for that demon? I feel like he wants it.
Yoshi wants the demon. Who did we see the demon out of last time? Was it Yoshi or Crazy? I think it was Crazy.
It was crazy.
Alright, that's gonna be 1 on the board for Jigs. You've got some pretty sharp moves, Ken says to the person that has half of his tool set.
Round 1.
Like, hey, you do a good DP.
Hey, you've got better versions of my moves than I do. Good side switch there out of Yoshi. He manages to trade with that anti-air, but uses that opportunity to get himself out of the corner. Empty run into crouching medium kick. Yeah, it works. Forward throw for Jigs. This is still anybody's game. Ooh, excellent. Forward heavy punch goes right over that throw tech attempt. And this is going to be a really uphill battle for Jigs from here on out. But no, the air fireball is going to go straight over his head. You don't use them at that range.
Ooh, he's going to take it in the air.
That's going to be all she wrote for Yoshi. Just that one mistake was enough for Jigs to make that comeback. Jump jab. A lot of unconventional anti-airs coming out of Yoshi. Or air-to-airs. Another jump jab. I mean, if it works, it works, but why? Alright, good counter sweep there out of Yoshi. Oh, okay, good demon flip after that connection with the crouch medium kick. Oh, here's the crush counter standing heavy punch. And immediately Jigs is in the corner and he has to figure something out here. Wake up, throw tech, and then just YOLO critical art is not going to be enough. And Yoshi manages to close the round without using any meter. Good on him.
Yeah, he's going to be a dangerous thing at the beginning of this round.
Yeah, Jig sitting on 0 meter thanks to that wake up critical art, or that in the middle of getting comboed critical art. And Yoshi sitting on full meter. Question is, how is he going to use it? On EX fireballs, apparently. Ooh, good way to capitalize on that air fireball. If you're going to use them as a Kuma, you have to know how to combo out of them. And I like the usage of the EX fireball to keep that corner pressure going. Ooh, good air-to-air EX fireball. Into the crouch counter standing fierce punch. And this is the point at which, if Jigs had meter, you would bait those DPs. Oh, once again, Jigs just opting for that sweep. But unfortunately, you are going to get punished on those every single time. You have to start to learn to apply more safe pressure if you wanna get things going with Ken. It's okay to get a little bit nutty with Ken. You have to resort to those stuff like those run cancels a little bit every now and again. But when it comes down to it, you have to learn how to play fundamentally with him before you can learn to be nutty effectively. And what I want to see is a lot more back medium punch. We didn't see any back medium punches come out of Jigs, even after as follow-ups off of those jump-ins. And that's something that you have to be aware of. It's difficult to learn to use properly, but if you know how to get those back medium punches, capitalize, turn combos into those back medium punches, jab into back medium, crouch medium punch into back medium, stuff like that, you can start turning a lot of situations into good damage and good Oki.
Oh yeah, and yeah, I didn't learn a lot of Ken stuff. When I first started playing Street Fighter V, I actually started with Ken, but it was all really simple stuff. I didn't learn, like, my Ken skills as of now was probably like right around a silver level, but I don't really know a lot of the solid confirms. Like, how many different options does Ken have after confirming a back medium punch?
Well, after back medium punch, you can follow up with the chin buster target combo, and that just leads into literally every single one of Ken's moves. He's got what, fireball into V trigger cancel combos. He's got critical art combos after a DP, but the most important one of which is heavy tatsu. Back medium punch, heavy tatsu. And that not only does good damage, good stun, but it also gives you perfect Oki, where you can get literally any one of Ken's media options afterwards on any recovery. So next up we're going to have...
any of his media options, i.e. just throw the heel kick down.
You can overhead, you can crouch medium punch, you can crouch light kick, you can crouch light punch. There's a ton of media options for Ken that he can follow up with.
Oh god, now we're gonna have the Guile and Geef matchup.
Oh yeah, notoriously difficult matchup for Zangief. The problem is, as we saw, DB Rockstar didn't exhibit signs of knowing how to play that wall style of zoning Guile, which is absolutely 100%. That's how you have to play this matchup. You're not going to get rewarded for jumping in or following in light booms against this character. You want to keep this man as far away from you as you possibly can, and you want to plant your feet firmly on the ground and not allow Zangief to walk you into the corner.
Yeah, this is a notoriously, quote-unquote, boring matchup to watch, just because it's so defensive-oriented, and Gief has such a hard time actually getting in.
Oh yeah, 100%. At least in stuff like Dalsum versus Gief, you've got like possibilities for hype moments, like, you know, Air EX SPD a limb, or, you know, when Dalsum gets rolling, he's got that rush down pressure. But this, yeah, everybody gets your resident sleepers ready, pretty much. No raffles today, folks, unfortunately, but feel free to spam raffle in chat if you want to. Alright, Cherno Alpha putting some good use into those into that flex, but in this matchup, that's just unnecessary gray health, to be honest.
Yeah, unless you can really do the flex well, this is going to be a mad dangerous tactic to use.
Yeah, once you've got no health left, that's when you can flex everything you want, but early on, you do not want to be giving Guile that much white health, because he's immediately going to take it off.
Oh yeah,
especially in Season 2.
Is one for one boom to get away, and you lose all your gray health.
Now that the white health regeneration has been nerfed, you do not want to be building it, because now it's just, you can just kiss it goodbye. It's pretty much just extended chip damage. Ooh, good jump roundhouse manages to get in on DB Rockstar.
And we noticed that early that Alpha did have Rockstar in the corner and then let him out, and that is, like, he needs to get Guile to the corner quick, and he's gonna have to keep him there, because if he can't, he is not gonna win this match.
Oh, DB Rockstar does not have the patience that you need if you want to play this character, and he jumps in. He sees Cherno Alpha crouching there, waiting for the jump out of the corner, and then surely enough, he jumps out of the corner. You gotta play very patient, very reactive with Guile. You can play rushdown Guile, that is very effective, but not in this matchup.
Yeah, so it's an unnecessary risk. You can't be doing that stuff. Absolutely.
And then he jumps himself into the corner. Again, you need to pay attention to corner positioning. Even if you have the advantage, there's no need to overextend like that. Oh, good bait with the V skill, and then good flash kick to knock Cherno Alpha out of the sky. Cherno Alpha is sitting on that full critical art. Could have actually used it to punish that that sweep, but instead he goes for that light SPD.
And just going for more jump-ins, and he's in the corner here. He's gonna have a tough time getting out.
I like the punish onto the lariat there to DB Rockstar. We've seen Cherno Alpha just go for that full headbutt into lariat string without confirming it. So DB Rockstar needs to demonstrate that he's able to punish that. Yep, do not want to jump in on Gief. He has one of the more powerful anti-airs in the game in the form of that lariat.
Could have maybe even gone for a flash kick there.
Yeah, that's what I was expecting. The time stop and a flash kick. Instead, he just throws out the brakes. Not even a sonic boom. Probably didn't have the charge, or wasn't confident that he could make the charge. Although, fun fact, that V-trigger animation flash, if you charge throughout the entirety of that flash, that 9 times out of 10 will give you enough time to have charge for anything.
And I'll tell you one thing that Alpha isn't utilizing is stand jab as an anti-air, because I see Guile jumping out a lot while he's using the lariat. Sometimes you just need that quick anti-air to swat him out, and I don't see it a lot.
Yeah, that was, as soon as you said it, that was a perfect example right there of DB Rockstar jumping at cross-up range and not having enough time for a lariat. Standing jab. Zangief's is amazing for anti-airs. It's designed for anti-airs. Cherno Alpha trying to jump over those sonic crosses, and it's just not going to work. Ooh, DB Rockstar could have had the kill with a sweep there, but he managed to close it out with an EX boom.
Yeah, and you can see that Rockstar went back to the, you know, quote-unquote lame play style, just throwing out the booms, but that's all you really have to do. If you could do that and keep your distance and stay out of the corner, you really got this matchup in the bag.
Spirit, this tournament started at 3 p.m. Eastern Time. This is currently the NA Underdog tournament, which happens once every other week. And then we've also got gold tournaments that happen once a month. And then we have the equivalent tournaments for EU as well. All right, are we gonna have a character switch? What is going on here? Actually, it looked like Cherno Alpha went to the. Yeah, Cherno Alpha went to the character select screen, or to the lobby rather. I don't know if he might get a character switch. We did see that he had another character.
I mean, if you remember back from the first round, he didn't start out with Geef.
Yeah, he started out with, I think, Urian?
Yeah, I think it was Urian.
I mean, that is a better matchup, but I don't know. We'll find out if Cherno Alpha is a little bit more successful with this Urian. Yes, if you join the Discord by typing !Discord in the chat, then you can join the new Challenger Discord if you're not already a member, and then you can hop into the NCH Schedules channel, and you can get the links to the brackets for all of our future tournaments that have currently been decided upon. Yeah, it's going to be Urian for Cherno Alpha. The Geef was not working out. But the question is he going to be able to... Whoa, pink thong? What costume is this? This is amazing. Sunglasses and pink thong. I wish his skin was a little bit darker. Otherwise, this would be Jersey Shore Urian. Ooh, no good punish on that tackle. It might have actually been spaced properly.
Ooh, no crouch HP off rush counter.
EX chariot tackle into close Aegis again. Well, that's the second time we've seen a Urian player use the wrong Aegis for the wrong situation. That would have comboed on hit if you used the far one. Wake up non-EX headbutt. And then a tackle. DB Rockstar gets the punish with the jabs, and crouching medium kick to close it out.
Round 2.
Yeah, Cherno Alpha does not look like he's comfortable with Urian.
Yeah, honestly, I feel like he may have had a better chance to Geef just based on character familiarity.
Absolutely, yeah. If you're not 100% familiar with your pocket, you do not want to bust them out in a tournament, even if it is technically a better matchup. If you're comfortable with your pocket, then use them from the get-go when it's a bad matchup. Oh, mistimes the meaty there.
Bad timing
Crush
on
counter,
the low.
standing fierce, doesn't get the dash up, crouch heavy.
Yeah, and that's what's killing him right here. He's not able to capitalize on those damage opportunities. But he may get the win right here. He's got him in the corner. He's gonna chip him out. Yep, he's gonna get that last bit of damage to even it
Yeah,
out.
that was honestly on DB Rockstar. He was choosing the absolute wrong options there, jumping back in the corner, pretending he was still up against Zangief, when all he really needed to do was be patient, wait for an opening. DB Rockstar seems to be caving under pressure whenever it comes to those corner situations. Which, I mean, it's fine to cave under pressure versus a Zangief, but versus a Urian, you've just got to continue to play your game to the best of your ability. Ooh, flash kick. There's a... Oh, that was almost a good punish for Cherno Alpha, but he doesn't get the dash up. Clearly hasn't labbed that crush counter punish enough. Ooh, tries to get the close Aegis to reflect that EX boom. I like the option there, but unfortunately it was a little bit too late.
He's doing too many jump-ins, getting swatted out every single time.
EX flash kick to knock Cherno Alpha out of that headbutt, mid-headbutt. DB Rockstar can't run, but he doesn't need to run because he's got Sonic Booms on his side. DB Rockstar is going to move on. And I believe that's Cherno Alpha out of the tournament?
Yep, he has been knocked out, but he had a great showing today.
He had a good run, managed to hit gold in the middle of the tournament, weirdly enough, while waiting for this next match to start. So if you want to join in on our next gold tournament, you can find it in the NCH Schedules channel. I guarantee they're not that much harder than these tournaments.
Yeah, they look pretty similar, honestly.
Mm-hmm. At least once you do get into top 8 territory, they do become rather similar in skill level. Let's go ahead and take a look at our bracket. I believe we are currently going to be working our way into our losers semifinals, which is going to be top 4, which means from here on out, all matches are going to be first to 3, best of 5. All right, let me go ahead and change the battle launch settings now before I most assuredly forget. All right, and yeah, sure enough, next up we're going to have DB Rockstar versus Yoshi for the win. Go ahead and set that invite now. Chernoff was saying the connection was not too great, which does make sense since DB Rockstar is from Canada. If you ever have something like East Coast Canada versus West Coast US, the connection can get pretty bad. Not much we can do about that. If the connection is unplayable, we can like sort of guide you towards the grid, but that's it's more placebo than anything else. Alright, still waiting on Yoshi to get in here. In the meantime, tell me what you think about yet another... We're gonna have yet another Guile versus Akuma matchup in this tournament. For like, what, like the 4th time.
Yeah, we just covered this matchup in our beginner breakdowns last episode, I believe, and it's really something. We've gone over some of the tools that are very important. They're like Akuma's red fireballs, or Flash Kick isn't projectile invincible, is it?
It is. It is in fact fully projectile invincible, even the non-EX versions.
Yeah, so there's a lot of things that each character has at their advantage, but it's just a matter of seeing who can do them better. Yeah,
if you want to see Encore analyze this match up, you can tune into Beginner Breakdowns, one of our shows, one of our Twitch shows that we have. It's currently, you can find the VOD uploaded at our YouTube channel at youtube.com/ I believe the YouTube URL is still SF New Challenger. Alright, let's hop to the bottom of the queue and let these guys get their match started. DB Rockstar, Sporting Guile, Yoshi for the win. You repping that Akuma. And we are in top 4, which means these guys have an extra long time to figure out this matchup. I think the last time we saw Yoshi versus Guile, Yoshi knew the matchup a lot more than his opponent. It might actually, this might be a run back, depending on what the bracket looks like. Not exactly, I don't exactly remember who our last Guile player was that Yoshi fought. No, it was Fluoride.
Yeah, that's right, because he had the Alex and then he brought in the Guile.
Mm-hmm. Alright, so let's see. Let's find out if DB Rockstar, who actually mains Guile, knows this matchup a little bit better.
Round 1. Fight.
Alright, here we go. Yoshi's just walking up into DB Rockstar's face, not giving him the time of day to charge. And getting that crouch counter sweep. Ooh, flash kick. Ooh. Good option to knock that forward heavy punch out of this guy. Once again, that is absolutely the correct answer in this matchup. You want to flash kick Akuma as soon as he takes off the ground, and there we go.
Yeah, but just like we were talking about, just swatted that Akuma from that air fireball. What you have to do, and it's a great answer.
Ooh, DB Rockstar goes for the air to air, manages to trade with the fireball, but it takes the round.
Round 2. Fight.
Good forward throw out of DB Rockstar, manages to get some good corner positioning going on. I do not agree with those jump backs, though. I'm not sure what DB Rockstar is trying to do, but cannot charge down while you're in the sky. I suppose you can. Ooh, DB Rockstar jump like kick, stays in front, manages to turn that into a combo. But that red fireball manages to knock that flash kick out of the sky. Yoshi for the win, changes his jump arc in the sky with that demon flip into dive kick, stuffs that anti-air. Another reason why you have to use flash kick in this matchup. And there we go, knocks that air fireball out of the sky. Let's go. Once again, flash kick, just barely not enough damage to kill, but yeah, oh, wake up DP, of course. What else would you use in that situation?
Put it all on the line.
Final round.
Surrender a hand to RNGesus.
Yeah, crush counter punishes don't matter when you've no health anyway, so... Double back throw. And then another wake up critical, wake up EXDP out of Yoshi. Not afraid to do it. Forward heavy punch. Wow, it manages to connect, but Yoshi for the win, not able to capitalize on that situation. A lot of times you just want to autopilot that standing jab afterwards, just in case. Good dive kick. Actually well spaced. EX flash kick, of course. DB Rockstar just needs one more touch, but the throw tech attempt is going to blow him up. That forward heavy punch, Yoshi knows how to use it so well to bait those throws. And that's going to be game one for Yoshi. Both these guys getting a lot of mileage out of their invincible wake-up options, but we've yet to see a single crush counter punish. Just one bait could be all it takes to turn the tide. Good counter sweep out of DB Rockstar. Okay, Yoshi just sort of empty dashes into DB Rockstar's face, forgets to press a button. Another good sweep punish by Yoshi.
Ooh. Not the best move, but got some damage regardless.
So all tournament we've been seeing Yoshi counter sweep pretty effectively. He's got those sweep punishes in the bag, but one thing as Akuma in particular you have to keep in mind is that his sweep just barely has more range than his standing medium kick. And so a lot of times when you get swept, you can punish for way more damage if you react with standing medium kicks and this counter sweep. Ooh. That EX demon flip into dive kick. Okay, DB Rockstar answers the forward heavy punch shimmy by just throwing way later. Yoshi consistently throwing the wrong fireballs there. Ooh, those fireballs in your face as Akuma are punishable on block. Doesn't look like DB Rockstar is aware of that and does not challenge it at all.
Oh no.
I'm gonna give Yoshi the benefit of the doubt that that was supposed to be another fireball. But after a dash forward, that DP is of course going to come out, and that's going to be one on the board for DB Rockstar.
Yeah, that's a problem with a lot of Shotos, is if you're not really, I don't even know what you'd say, if your execution isn't the best, sometimes you can get DPs out of fireballs, and that happens to me a lot.
Oh, absolutely.
Round one. Fight.
Ooh, medium Tatsu out of the gate.
Oh, very punishable double heavy punch target combo, and no good punish out of DB Rockstar. Double jab into somersault. Ooh, DB Rockstar finally blocks that forward heavy punch. Resists the urge to delay tech. Good V-Trigger activation out of Yoshi. This is going to be very difficult for Kyle to deal with. All of those V-Trigger fireballs are super plus on block. I wouldn't even say they're super plus on block. They're like +1 or something, but you still have to respect those at that range against Akuma. But DB Rockstar still manages to take that round.
Round two. Fight.
Okay,
Good
crush counter sweep. Doesn't do anything with the crush counter knockdown, though. Whenever you get a crush counter sweep with any character, that is a forced hard knockdown. They cannot quick rise or back rise. Use that to your advantage to set something up. Ooh, follows in that light boom. Oh no, doesn't put a lot of pressure behind it. Manages to get a jump in heavy kick.
Ooh.
Yoshi connects with that DP a little bit too high. Doesn't get the full follow-up. Oh, and here's the standing medium kick into fireball loops. Just uses it all. Not the best use of that V-trigger gauge, but it is still fancy.
Ooh, good button right in the neutral. Just jab him out.
Guile wins.
And that's going to be a 2-1 lead for DB Rockstar. I want to see Yoshi play a little bit slower right now. He's trying to apply the rushdown game where he needs to just play a patient, grounded game. Gets the back fierce, but doesn't follow it up into anything. Good jump over that Sonic Boom. Had that read in the bag. And now he's got DB Rockstar on the ropes, but he managed to jump right out with that jump light kick. Gotta be ready for those. Bait those jumps out of the corner. Ooh. Gets that full combo into EX flash kick. Yoshi almost stunned. Ooh, wow, the extended frame traps coming out of Yoshi. Those crouch mediums are +3, and you have to respect those.
Now Yoshi's getting some good pressure. He might be staging a comeback here, but now he's going to get thrown right in the corner. But he's going to get the pressure right back, and he's one hit away from taking
throws
a round.
back and forth. Yoshi coming out with the wake-up critical art. Very smart option, actually, because of the fact that that was enough damage to chip kill.
Round 2. Fight.
Oh, I like it. The very patient walking forward and blocking out of Yoshi. Waiting for the Sonic Boom and finally jumping over it. Oh, I like that. The flash kick reaction to the forward heavy punch. That's the kind of stuff you have to do if you want to win this matchup as Guile. Yoshi is consistently not getting those follow-ups after that back fierce. I want to see him start going into that heavy demon flip palm. That works every time, no matter how you connect, no matter what angle off of that back fierce. You get a lot of damage and you get very good Oki afterwards. Oh no, this is a punish opportunity for DB Rockstar, but he's not ready for it. Good standing fierce, V-trigger cancel. Very solid option for Akuma. And here come the air fireballs.
You're going to be careful because all it takes is one.
Wake up non-EX flash kick, just does it. Says, yeah, I know you're going to mistime your meaty. Ooh, yeah.
Ooh.
Unfortunately, you do lose the fireball war while Akuma is in V-trigger. It doesn't last that long. DB Rockstar is going to be able to take it up to game point.
Fight.
Not sure I agree with that that usage of the EX fireball right there. It just gives DB Rockstar more time to get that flash kick. Good tick throw into the corner. And then jumps immediately back into it. Gotta value that corner positioning. Ooh, another good jump in, and then gets the confirm from the jabs. Ooh. Could have picked that up with a DP, but instead drops the combo there off of the fireball V-trigger cancel. Let's go, but unfortunately that's not going to be enough firepower to outwin this arms race.
Ooh, because the long reaching legs take the round and take the match.
Yep, DB Rockstar moves on. What was this? This is top 4, right? So DB Rockstar moves on into losers finals. Yeah. And Yoshi, unfortunately, is going to be out of the tournament at this juncture. But good display out of Yoshi. I want to see a lot more usage of that that back heavy punch into heavy demon flip palm. Very solid tool for Akuma. A little bit more usage of critical art confirmations. And just Demon Flip Palm is just such a powerful tool, like whether you're using it as an anti-air or whether you are using it to continue pressure or whether you're finishing combos with it, just because of the fact that it gives such good Oki, and that's something you need as Akuma. I want to see Yoshi pick up on that just a little bit. But for now, let's go ahead and take a look at our bracket.
Yeah.
And I think that we are currently
going to winners finals.
Yep. So next up, we've got Quentin XD versus Let's Go Crazy. Alright, time to send that invite to Quentin XD. Yoshi saying forever fourth. Yoshi fourth place for the win.
We're good to see Akuma, Yuri, and once more.
Yeah, a lot of repeat matchups happening in this tournament. Alright, we are finally into our winners finals match. We have got Quentin XD with his solid Urian play, and then we've got Let's Go Crazy with his Akuma. Oh, we may even... Oh, no. We've got Quentin XD busting out the Zangief.
Ooh, this
actually,
is interesting.
I like this matchup for Zangief, actually. I feel like if there are favorable... I feel like this is one of Zangief's favorable matchups, just due to the fact that he has that Lariat option to beat all of Akuma's air options. It works just like that Flash Kick. You can knock those Demon Flips out of the sky, you can knock the air fireballs out of the sky, and you can also just use it as a normal old anti-air.
Round one.
That is true. But we'll see how he handles fireballs on the ground. That's going to be a big one.
Ooh. Right off the bat, Quentin XD gets the opportunity to do some big damage with that crush counter situation, but he drops the combo. Gotta challenge those standing heavy punch situations. -5. You may even be in range for an EX SPD punish. Ooh, crouch heavy punch crush counter. Immediately working on a stun here for Let's Go Crazy. And that's all it's going to take, just one jab, and this is going to be enough damage to kill.
Ooh. Good damage in the corner there. Shows how dangerous Akuma is once he just bullies his opponent right there.
Oh, absolutely. Quentin XD sort of threw that away at the start of the match, managed to get that block on the medium DP, and then immediately would drop the crush counter punish.
And that Demon Flip Palm, like you were saying, just such a good button.
Oh, yeah.
See if he can get it this time. Oops,
Look at that.
Get a good combo. Right
Heavy
in the
SPD
and end the stun.
Okay, Quentin XD opts for the reset there.
Interesting. That was
Takes
good.
it into the final round, saving his meter. That was actually very smart. I would have spent the meter to get the kill, honestly.
Yeah, I probably would too.
Let's Go Crazy, always opting for that 1-bar corner carry combo. Muscle power, muscle by volume. That's what it sounds like he's saying to me, at least.
Got so much damage on Akuma. Yeah, he knows he doesn't have to walk up to Akuma. He could just take his time.
Ooh, no. Quentin unblocks in the last second. Manages to get hit by that medium Tatsu. That could have been a huge situation. A huge opportunity, rather. And Let's Go Crazy just takes it with some jump-ins. Quentin going a little bit button happy. But he needs to have those anti-airs on point. He needs to just wait for the jump-ins or the air fireballs or what have you and be ready with those lariats. Lariat beats Akuma.
Yep, that's the story of Akuma's life, but he doesn't have to be throwing air fireballs all the time. He's got a lot of different things he could do. I mean, just can't be getting crazy on the air fireballs and demon flips.
So there's the demon flips, the air approach. Oh, they're already, as I say it, the lariats come out of Quentin XD. We've got the lariats, we've got the fireballs, we've got the and we've got the air approach, we've got the standing heavy punch. And pretty much, Zangief has an answer for all these tools except for the grounded fireballs. You just sort of have to take your time with those. Oh, I like the flex, but unfortunately it's not quite going to be enough to interrupt that string. There's the lariat. Excellent answer to that demon flip. Ooh. Okay.
Might as well spin the meter and ensure you get the kill.
Round 2. Fight.
Jumps over that grounded fireball. Quentin XD almost gets his way in. Oh, this is going to be a huge punish for Quentin. Bam. Is he going to go into critical art? No, he saves it and goes directly into heavy SPD, and this is going to be an Oki setup. Whiffs the grab. Doesn't get the jab punish for the neutral jump, though. The whole reason you want to use that that meaty throw as Zangief is so that you can stuff that neutral jump. Whoa! What just happened? I'm not entirely sure what just happened. We just saw the standing heavy punch go immediately behind Akuma. Good lariat there. Once again.
And he knows how to use that lariat.
There's the adaptation we needed out of Quentin.
Final round. Fight.
The chat sending their energy to Quentin.
A little too early on the lariat.
Good anti-air lariat. Crush counter, standing heavy punch. Goes into the critical art, but he's too late to actually get the combo.
Yeah, you can read it from a mile away.
Oh,
Probably
no,
have to reset again.
This is looking huge for Let's Go Crazy. He gets a lot of corner carry, and he gets the double bar combo. No, but once again, we've been seeing that all day, that messed up fireball input into DP. Quentin needs to play it safe right now. He should not be taking risks with that little health on the board. He can actually be using his flex to a lot of success right now. Oh, good lariat. Ooh, trades with the fireball cycle.
Yeah, that's a risky thing. When Geef's got that V trigger, you cannot be throwing fireballs that close up, or honestly be pressing any buttons like that, because you can get caught in that.
That Cyclone is a super powerful reactive tool to fireballs. Good to see Quentin XD slowing down his game plan and starting to pick the right options to deal with Crazy's pressure.
Round 1. Fight.
Quentin trying to use that headbutt to knock those fireballs out of the sky.
He's got to be careful on those demon flips, even though he's only getting them blocked. You saw from last round, you just can't be getting too happy on him. He got burned almost every single time.
Quentin trying to go for some SPD resets that are not quite working. Quentin, I don't think Quentin has an optimized crush counter punish. We have not seen one come out to date. He just goes for that crush counter into walk up SPD or something nuts like that. And it's not been working in his favor. Quentin throwing away so much damage.
Round 2. Fight.
Ooh.
Let's Go Crazy just getting a demon flip into sweep right off the bat. Oh no, Quentin going for the double jab into SPD. It's not working. Oh, it finally manages to connect with it. Let's Go Crazy stays on the ground, giving Zangief way more Oki than he needs to be. Anti-air critical art after the time stop. Just barely manages to actually connect in time. Zangief almost was able to hit the ground and block.
He's got to stop going in the air. He's going to catch a lariat.
Ooh, a little bit late on the lariat there for Quentin. He's still in this, though. He just needs to slow it down. Maybe start using that flex. There we go. Keep an eye out for those jumps.
Yep, I feel like Crazy is just running out of options. And he just doesn't quite know what to do outside of just jumping in.
Yeah, Quentin's got answers for everything except for those grounded fireballs, and he just doesn't know what to do. Ooh,
gotta keep his feet on the ground.
Yeah, Quentin needs to slow it down. Stop trying to jump in. Crazy has demonstrated that he's got his anti-airs down packed. There's the lariat. So far, Quentin's been winning this with nothing but lariats. I like this. Just slowly walk Crazy into the corner, try to make him overreact, base the DP even. There's the lariat. Oh no, he accidentally gets that standing heavy punch.
Ooh,
And that's gonna be another game from Let's Go Crazy.
Went for the stand jab instead of the lariat, and probably honestly the better button in that situation, but just a little too early. Or late, I should say.
Let's Go Crazy takes it up 2-1. We've got a close set between these two. Honestly, I feel like the only shortcoming that Quentin's having here is that he doesn't know how to capitalize those stray hits into damage. He's going for SPDs and he's getting the anti-airs down, but he just is not getting the hit confirms, which is sort of the basics of the basics that you need to have if you want to be able to do damage as anyone. Not even just Zangief.
Well, looks like we're going to get a character change. I wonder if the Geef show's over.
It might be. It looked like he was sort of exploiting Geef's benefits in that matchup with the health pool advantage, the damage output, the lariat, stuff like that. But when it came down to it, he just didn't know how to make the character work at a fundamental level. And so I wouldn't be surprised to see another character come out of Quentin. Matter of fact, I feel like the character switch, the Pocket Zangief, might not have been a good idea from the get-go, but we'll find out.
I mean, he was using them pretty well. It just didn't seem like he had a lot of the optimal combos down. And I feel like if he had that, he would have had a little bit more fortune. But as far as fundamentals and, anti-airs and stuff like that, I think he had that down. It's just a shame he doesn't have a lot of the combos.
He didn't have those crush counter punishes down, and if you are not able to punish Akuma for going for those EXDPs, all of a sudden Akuma has no reason to fear your mix-ups anymore. And so that was just the problem there for that matchup. He did a good job of sealing off that air approach, but if your ground game suffers for it, it's just not worth it.
Round one.
All right, let's see what Quentin can figure out back to Urien. Immediately tries to jump in and gets DP'd for his trouble. Quentin tries to go for the anti-air standing medium punch, something I've been seeing a lot more often lately. Oh, that was actually a jab. Yeah, very minus on those light fireballs on the way up. That was actually punishable. Wake up medium Tatsu into DP, just do it. Good damage in the corner, spends both bars to get it. Unfortunately, I mean, it worked out for Let's Go Crazy, but generally when it comes to meter usage with Akuma, he's got very, very good meterless damage output. He's got very, very good damage output into critical art, but his 1 and 2 bar combos, they're sort of not worth it. You get a little bit of extra damage. In terms of corner carry, it absolutely is worth it, but
yeah, I was gonna say it's like maybe 100 damage, maybe not even. It's so small. But notice that he's going for more demon flips. He's gonna be able to get away with a lot more because Urien just doesn't have the same anti-air options as Geef does.
Urien does have that up fireball. If spaced correctly, you can use it to knock Akuma out of the sky, but it does not work in every situation. Urien does have trouble with demon flips.
Up close, it's gonna be a problem because Urien just doesn't have anything that fast.
Oh, unfortunately, the mirror is just slightly off the screen. And it does not work out for Quentin, and that's going to be game 3 there for Let's Go Crazy. Let's Go Crazy moves on into Grand Finals. But for now, let's hop back down into our lower bracket and take a look at our Losers Finals match, which is going to be between Quentin XD and DB Rockstar. Another tough matchup.
It's go time.
All right, Let's Go Crazy moves on into Grand Finals, and let's go ahead and send an invite to DB Rockstar. Alright, currently waiting on DB Rockstar to hop into this chat. I mean, into this lobby. I keep saying chat. There we go. Alright, top to the back of the queue. Get the show on the road.
Yeah, it's still loading for me for some reason.
Really?
Yeah. Alright. Yeah, what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna reopen the application. I'll watch this on stream.
I can
and
just
get my
kick you and send
insights
you another
there.
invite.
No, it was stuck in the loading screen. I'm reopening Street Fighter.
Okay.
Yeah, you can go ahead and start the match. I'll just, do my blind commentary.
Alright. Alright, we are going to have Quentin XD versus DB Rockstar. Urian versus Guile, unless Quentin decides to go with another character, which I doubt. Urian works just fine in this matchup, although it is kind of tough. If you do not have the tools to get in on Guile, you have to sort of make some correct reads. Or play it safe on the ground. One of those two. We'll find out. If DB Rockstar is good at... Quentin going with Balrog.
Ooh, interesting.
I'm not sure that I like this matchup much better than than Urian. But we'll see. Quentin might know something that we don't.
Round one. Fight.
DB Rockstar opening the round up with a neutral jump. Taking to this guy's a little bit more than I'd be comfortable with seeing a Guile do. Tries to jump out of the corner. Whoa, was that a tap that we just saw Quentin come out with? Alright. Maybe that's his secret tech in this matchup.
It's not a bad button because if you can get it up close-ish and, out of the way of a boom, it can actually be a really powerful technique, but
Yep,
you have
sure
to know when
enough.
to time it just right.
Yep, Quentin charging those taps. The longer you charge those taps, the more damage they do, the more plus they are on block, and the more invincibility they have. Unfortunately, Quentin has only been charging them up to level 1 and then letting them go. I'm not sure that it's going to work out for him, but he does manage to take that round 1.
Yeah, the level 1 taps are not the best, but, they do have the utility of being able to be projectile invincible, at least to a certain degree.
If you are playing against Balrog and you are wondering what level of tap he is using on you, and you do speak slur, then you can in fact listen to the sound cue. He does yell the level of tap from 1 to final. There's another tap coming out of Quentin. He's just holding them like his life depends on them, but I'm not sure it's going to work out for him. He hasn't gotten any mileage out of those taps so far. I do like the V skill, the KKBs through the booms. Oh, double stomp combo into V-trigger activation, into full corner-to-corner carry, into ouch, this hurts. Why is he allowed to do this? The double throw in the corner. DB Rockstar manages to get the back throw into the corner, jumps right back into it and keeps it. DB Rockstar prefers that corner positioning. He manages to take that round.
Yeah, if you bully Guile into the corner with Balrog, then he can be very difficult to deal with. But while it's difficult to get him in the corner because Guile has some tools to keep him out. It's just that initial get him to the corner and pressure.
Oh man, Quentin XT. I think what we just saw was a wake up tap. He got crush counter sweep, and then he woke up with tap again. I'm not sure how many of these he's holding, or if he's just doing the level 1s over and over again.
I wouldn't be surprised if it was just the level 1s, because when you hold down like 2, and God forbid you actually hold down 3 at one time, you just start losing a lot of buttons, and it's just not that useful at all.
DB Rockstar manages to take that game 1 with not much trouble at all.
Guile wins.
I think Quentin was expecting that tap to work a little bit better than it did. That was a very, very tap-heavy Balrog that we just saw.
Yeah, you can't be getting too crazy on the taps, like I said, because they can be exploited.
Yeah, if you are going to use taps, you sort of have to build the rest of your game plan around that. Which 2 buttons am I going to get rid of? And how long am I going to hold this for? How long do I have to hold it for it to actually be useful? Those level 1 taps are in fact very, very awful moves because of the input, but if you can get it to at least level 4, all of a sudden tap becomes horrendously overpowered. Good cross up into flash kick combo over there for DB Rockstar. Oh, but Quentin answers with an EX dash punch into overhead. Manages to turn that into so much damage in corner carry. Another dash punch into overhead. Doesn't convert off of that one, but it doesn't matter. Here's the stun and here's the kill. Quentin XD takes a round 1 lead. Roughly even on meter for both players.
That V-trigger is just going to be able to carry Balrog in this whole entire thing if Quentin can actually utilize it to the best of its abilities. He's going to have to get those mix-ups rolling. And he might have to stop using those taps so much.
I like that Quentin XD is alternating between the dash punch into overhead and a dash punch and a KKB punch. You can switch between that overhead option and a frame trap option if you know how to use that properly. And normally what I tell people is that if you see that KKB, what you want to do is press a button and interrupt that overhead, but it is possible to turn that into a good frame trap. Quentin XD getting some success with his Balrog now all of a sudden. Sort of making DB Rockstar sweat a little bit. DB Rockstar doesn't look like he's very much in his zone. Jumping back a lot. Oh, this is going to be huge damage for Quentin. Oh, drops the combo. It's barely not enough to kill you. He should have spent the bar, but it doesn't matter. There it is. One crouching jab is going to take that game 2 for Quentin, tying it up 1-1.
Round 1. Fight.
Ooh. DB Rockstar opens the match by just trying to jump in the light kick. Doesn't quite work out for him. Now we see Quentin XD using that light punch, dash punch, and standing fierce spam. Very hard to deal with. You just put up a wall of dash punches. You are technically minus, but you're so far away that it's hard to know what to do as the defending player. DB Rockstar manages to block that EX dash low. You've always got to expect that EX dash low to come out the second you walk back.
Yep, you want to be holding down, crouch, and neutral. You never know when that can pop out, and it'll block the dash straight just fine. So it's a safe idea to do that.
Quentin XD sitting on no health, and one crouching medium kick is going to take it there for DB Rockstar.
Round 2. Fight.
I want to see some more patient play here out of DB Rockstar. We see a lot of neutral jumps coming out all of a sudden. The fear of the dash punch is instilled in this man. Oh, you see a lot of people neutral jumping Balrogs. And to some extent, it works if you manage to get the read correctly on that dash punch. But it is not a foolproof answer. You cannot just spam neutral jump against a Balrog player. It will eventually catch on. Start punishing you for it. I like the Sonic Cross, however I don't like DB Rockstar's tendency to just jump back out of a panic. You don't want to lose that opportunity to get that to have that charge for flash kick. Very low health both ways right now for both these guys, and DB Rockstar manages to take game 3 and moves up 2-1.
Guile wins.
And the question is Quentin going to stick with this ROG?
We'll have to see, because I don't... Who was he playing? He's playing Yuri in the previous match, wasn't he?
Yeah, he was playing Urian. That seemed like it was his main, possibly. So we might see a switch to Urian, but I don't know. He picked Balrog for a reason.
Go time.
Maybe he was just banking on the tier list, and the tier list bit back.
We are back to the character select screen. I'll send you another invite if you have your game running.
I got it.
All right. score is currently 2-1 in DB Rockstar's favor. DB Rockstar just needs to win one more game if he wants to move on into grand finals.
Let's do this.
Okay, we are going to have an Ibuki coming out of Quentin XD. I don't know what Quentin is thinking here. He does not like this match with Zurian, I guess. I have not seen Quentin's Ibuki, so we'll see. He says in chat, okay, I'm not sure if this is going to work.
I'm not sure either, because honestly, I take Urian over a lot of people in this matchup.
Absolutely. This is actually not easy for Ibuki to get into this matchup in neutral. Ibuki has some options against zoning, but all of them are very high execution, high reaction options, or high read options. You've got stuff like the hop kick and the EX Raida that work at a close range with impeccable timing. Oh no, Quentin just following up that standing medium kick target combo all the way through, and it is incredibly punishable on block. Oh, this is looking not good for Quentin. He does manage to stuff that that flash kick and then stays up front. That was an interesting little situation there.
Almost got a nice little mix-up there on flash kick punish.
Quentin XD using the medium kick target combo into the medium kick target combo. Almost worked the third time as well, but he messed up the meaty timing there just a little bit. Quentin XD does seem to have a game plan. It might be a one-dimensional game plan, but it is a game plan nonetheless. Ooh, jump EX Kunai, possibly Ibuki's best option against fireballs. Ooh, okay. Gets the crouching medium punch into dash behind. No interruption at DB Rockstar. Wake up EXDP. Ibuki, all the tools. Big throw into the corner. Another wake up EXDP. Ooh, flash kick just stuffs that kunai.
If Quinn's going to want to bait out those DPs, he's going to have to time those air kunais a lot earlier.
Ooh, okay, gets the dash behind, lets the overhead whiff, but doesn't manage to get the whiff punish. If you're gonna dash behind with that medium dash, you might as well use a button as well. Yeah, Quentin XT just waiting out these Sonic breaks, waiting out that V-trigger. You've got no health, there's no reason to worry about them. No, tries to risk it with a jump and lands directly on the Sonic break.
Yep.
And that's gonna be 3-1 for DB Rockstar. Quentin, unfortunately, is out of this tournament.
Yeah, good showing, good Urian, good Balrog.
Quentin,
That was Ibuki play too.
yeah, he had some resets there with the Ibuki, which is more than I can say for some other Ibukis that we've seen. But that is going to be DB Rockstar moving back into Grand Finals with his Guile. And so we're going to have a Grand Finals match between Let's Go Crazy and DB Rockstar. And for those of you who don't remember the double elimination bracket rules, DB Rockstar is not only going to have to take a first to three set, but he's going to have to reset the bracket and then take another first to three set if he wants to win this tournament. So it's going to be a little bit uphill there, but these guys have an extended set. These guys have an extended set to feel out the matchup. And surprise, surprise, if anybody wasn't expecting it, we have an Akuma versus Guile Grand Finals. We had an Akuma versus Guile matchup, like... I don't think it was winners or losers finals, but we've seen this matchup 1,000,001 times already. And so let's see it one more time between Let's Go Crazy and DB Rockstar. And I think, yeah, this is actually a run back from top 8 winners. Let's Go Crazy took it 2-0. So let's see what Rockstar has learned.
And I feel like there's really nothing more we could say about this matchup than we've already said.
Yep.
And it's just like, just go and do your thing and try not to get hit.
Quentin saying GG. I cannot stand the Guile matchup. Yeah, Guile's a very, very tough matchup if you do not know how to deal with it.
Yeah,
EX
it's tough,
Kunai,
though.
for Rekka 777, EX Kunai goes through everything. It is technically a hit. It's not a projectile at all. And so it'll go through projectiles, it'll go through flash kicks. As long as they're not fully invincible. Alright. Our final match determining who's going to walk away as the champion of this week's NA Underdog tournament. DB Rockstar versus Let's Go Crazy.
Alright, everyone in chat, take bets. Try to guess how many flash kicks we're going to see, and also guess how many demon flips we're going to see.
Oh, man.
Anyone who's the closest can give themselves a pat on the back. I don't know.
Get a complimentary pack on the back. DB Rockstar jumping in at the start of the match. Let's Go Crazy throwing a fireball. And then we get an air-to-air trade. Both of these guys going balls to the wall. Medium Tatsu at Let's Go Crazy goes right through that boom. And then flash kick to answer the demon flip. Both of these guys have adjusted so much over the course of this tournament. Oh yeah, last tournament, Goulston had a Sonic Boom counter. And I think he reached 241.
God dang. See, that demon flip worked. He's going to get good Oki, good corner pressure.
Ooh, another
see if he can keep him
anti-air into demon flip palm. Very good, solid option there out of Let's Go Crazy. I like the patient backing up, letting DB Rockstar take a risk to try and get out of the corner. Ooh.
Gonna get out neutraled.
Round 2.
The boom was a little bit too much for Let's Go Crazy, trying to overextend his pressure. Double spinning back fist. For some reason, whenever you see that move, another one always comes out right behind it. Oh no, the EXDP is going to get baited. And there's the crush counter punish for DB Rockstar. Oh no, DB Rockstar tries to go for the tick throw, but he's a little bit too far. And another EXDP. His name is Let's Go Crazy. He's not gonna do it.
Ooh. Oh, no.
That's going to be game 1 for DB Rockstar.
That was not the right button there.
I've been seeing a lot of both of the Akumas that we've had in this tournament, Yoshi and Let's Go Crazy, try to meaty with back fierce. I don't understand why you would ever do that when Akuma has 2+3 buttons.
Yeah, back fierce is definitely not the safest meaty option.
Gets all 3 hits of that medium Tatsu, unfortunately does not convert it into a DP.
He's gonna have to stop doing those demon flips on his block strings because he's just getting flash kicked every single time.
100%, that is an adjustment you have to make. DB Rockstar not quite able to punish those medium Tatsus optimally.
Ooh,
Yeah, we see DB Rockstar go for that crouch heavy punch anti-air one time and it doesn't work. It's a great anti-air, but not against Akuma. Ooh, okay. I like the side switch there. Let's go crazy.
And he went right back to it. And he's got killing me here.
Nope, that is not going to work.
Ooh.
Unfortunately, you have to actually wait for the fireball to come out before you can demon through it.
Round 2. Fight.
Oh, big jump in for Let's Go Crazy, but it just goes directly into the throw. It doesn't actually hit confirm. Again, the meaty back fierce. Could be getting way better pressure. Ooh, crush counter spinning back fist. No dash up, instead just goes into another spinning back fist.
And just goes through it again.
Interesting. I want to say that was a missed input there by DB Rockstar, but he bazooka knees immediately under the flash, the demon flip. Okay. Let's Go Crazy accidentally shimmies DB Rockstar. Let's Go Crazy, no health left. All it's gonna take is one more boom, but here we go. Big damage on the board. Ooh, no flash kick there.
Oh, and just a bad timed jump back.
Yep, Let's Go Crazy jumps back into a Sonic Boom, and that's all it's going to take.
He just keeps going on that back fierce meaty into the demon flip, and it worked. He almost got the kill on that last one, and yeah.
God, this is DB Rockstar who's working his way up from losers, but you would not guess it judging from the scoreboard right now. DB Rockstar taking a quick 2-0 lead.
He's doing a really good job of taking this match by force.
Yeah, he's had enough matchup experience all tournament. Let's Go Crazy has demonstrated that once that those jump-ins get dealt with, he doesn't really have a backup plan. Still resorting to the raw demon flips. And DB Rockstar, as long as he has charge, he's just going to do that flash kick every single time. And you have to know that. Oh no, dropped. Confirmed there from DB Rockstar. Mistimes the crouch heavy punch meaty. And of course teleports out of the corner. We've seen DB Rockstar catch that teleport once with a throw. He has to be aware of that option. Alright, there's the activation on the V-trigger, just does it raw. Punishes that Tatsu with a back throw. Again, we see that weird whiffed DP.
Yeah, that could be a mistake, but it's just kind of an odd thing to see right out of the blue.
Yeah, it's a weird situation to be DPing in to begin with, but what's happening is it's an autocorrect DP, despite the fact that DB Rockstar is jumping forward. And I guess the DP just keeps the corner positioning. Ooh, that was an interesting little situation there. The medium Tatsu did go through the fireball, but it did not reach to get the punish. That's so crazy, sitting on full critical art. He's only ever used it on 1 or 2 bar combos and demons. I would like to see a proper critical art confirm. Very easy for Akuma to do. Ooh. The guess on the medium Tatsu, no whiff punish. Another bazooka knee just comes out. Oh, that was a very, very, very punishing air fireball. Not only did it get rid of a lot of white health, but it led into a full combo into critical art. Let's Go Crazy is still alive.
Fight.
Oh, Let's Go Crazy goes to the take throw, but he's just a little bit too far. Okay, good V reversal out of DB Rockstar. Manages to get his way out of the corner.
Good red fireball there. Or EX there.
Excellent flash kick out of DB Rockstar there. Baits the jump in with the V skill. Not a great punish on that Tatsu, but DB Rockstar manages to get the 3-0 to reset the bracket anyways. We are going to have our grand finals from here on out. DB Rockstar just needs to take one more set. And Let's Go Crazy needs to make some kind of adjustment here. He needs to figure out his grounded approach. So far, he's guessing a lot with those medium Tatsus, and that's just not going to cut it. You need to use that as a reactive tool if you want it to be really effective in this matchup. It's not easy to do, but it is possible.
Yeah, and one of the reasons, and I'm surprised that Crazy has just let him go so far, or he's just letting too much damage get to him. He needs to stop this aerial assault because it's not leading to anything.
Yeah, absolutely. I want to see Let's Go Crazy apply the knockdown pressure a little bit more effectively. You see him consistently going for that back heavy punch meaty, and it's just not a great option. The only thing you can follow up with is like a special cancel, like a fireball or a demon flip. You want to start using some frame traps. I want to see more of the crouching heavy punch meaty. I want to see more of the crouching medium punch meaty, which you can then frame trap into another crouching medium punch or a standing medium kick. I want to see some extended corner pressure. Out of Yoshi, we saw a lot of really, really powerful crouching medium punch stuff. He would either go into the frame trap or extend the frame trap by walking up, throwing, walking up, doing another crouching medium punch. You want to put your opponent on the ropes. Don't just go for one mix-up and then call it a day.
Yeah, he has a very, you know, two-dimensional play style that it's very easy to see through and exploit, and he's not switching enough things up to really answer what DB Rockstar is doing right here.
Fireland's pointing out another game plan, which is to stay full screen and throw red fireballs until Guile does come to you. But the problem with that strategy is that once you do corner yourself and Guile manages to bring it to sort of mid-screen, then all of a sudden you're left with no escape options. But that is a valid way to approach this matchup. Good throws out of DB Rockstar. Immediately gets Let's Go Crazy in the corner, and then he manages to anti-air his way out. Good flash kick out of DB Rockstar, shutting down that aerial assault. And we see that's pretty much the only game plan that Let's Go Crazy has. He keeps on meeting with that back heavy punch. We see the crouching heavy there. Good take throw attempt. DB Rockstar manages to tech the throw. And this is another tool that Let's Go Crazy's not using that we saw Yoshi use to a lot of success, is the forward heavy punch shimmy. Just delay a forward heavy punch on your opponent's wake up. And if they have the habit of late teching, it will blow them up and lead into very big damage. Oh! Just barely too close to get that demon. There is actually 1 frame of recovery or so on that V-trigger activation, during which you can get hit.
Ooh, good bait for that flash kick right there.
Okay, we're seeing some nice patient pressure out of Let's Go Crazy there. Unfortunately, he was not ready for the jump out of the corner attempt out of DB Rockstar. You gotta be ready with those anti-airs. Anti-air jab works out for Let's Go Crazy. Oh no, the crouching when you punch into Fireball turns into a DP. No whiff punish out of DB Rockstar. Oh wow, manages to capitalize out of the air V-trigger Fireballs and converts that into a CA combo, and that's the kind of damage that we need to see.
Yeah, that was really good conversion off that, and he's going to need to get a lot more of that if he's going to want to bring this back.
Ooh, DB Rockstar just nearly too far to get that EX Flash Kick to connect. He knew that he was too far, which is why he went for the EX Flash Kick, but it still didn't work.
I think DB Rockstar is going to have to, I think he's getting a little rattled. He's going to have to calm down and just stick to the game plan.
Oh, good 1-bar combo there out of Let's Go Crazy. When you go for that Tatsu finisher out of the EX Demon Flip, that actually starts to get into optimal 1-bar territory. And Let's Go Crazy manages to put one on the board after getting 3-0'd before resetting the bracket.
Yeah, DB Rockstar, I noticed he's going for a lot more errant flash kicks, and he's playing a lot more liberally, and he doesn't need to be doing that, and it's causing him to be in a lot more bad situations than he really needs to be in.
DB Rockstar whiffs a spinning back fist right at the start of the match. Hopefully just a kind of lucky crush counter. We've seen him get those crush counters, the spinning back fist before, but he doesn't seem to be ready to capitalize on them when they happen. Let's Go Crazy just trading fireballs. DB Rockstar needs to start punishing way better than just jabs and back throws. There's more damage on the table there. DB Rockstar is just letting sit. Just raw medium Tatsu. Oh no, let's Go Crazy. Teleport out of the corner. Gotta always be aware of that option. Oh, sweep into Let's Go. Gets the spinning back fist, and again, just follows up with only a spinning back fist. That actually could have been the round just there. You're allowed to dash up and get a lot of damage after that spinning back fist. Oh, the air fireballs managed to catch DB Rockstar. Needs to be very aware of those. Tries to jump in, but no, Let's Go Crazy has those anti-airs.
If Crazy can keep from jumping in rest of this round. Oh god.
Crazy jumped in, but DB Rockstar did not have the down charge, and then he jumps right back into that EX Fireball.
Very
Deja
good
vu.
EX Fireball there.
DB Rockstar really needs to cut the habit of jumping back in a panic. You have to keep your feet firmly planted on the ground. There's no situation that a jump back will beat that a flash kick would not have beat. Ooh, gets stuffed for that cross-up jumping medium kick. Here we go, DB Rockstar gets some damage on the board. Whoa, EXDP hits from underneath. Oh, a little bit too early on that throw attempt. Ooh, big punish opportunity for DB Rockstar. He takes none of it. Leaves so much food on his plate. He is not hungry, apparently, to get this win, but he does manage to close out that round with a forward throw.
Final round. Fight.
Yep, he just needs the kind of... Now he's got this corner pressure here rolling.
Oh no, Let's Go Crazy a little bit too early on the throw attempt, the meaty throw attempt.
Oh.
But this is going to be a... What? Okay. A little bit suboptimal stuff there on Let's Go Crazy, but he still does get the full combo.
Probably looking to play the long game here. I can't blame him. Problem is, Akuma doesn't really have a long game. Takes too much damage. He's gonna be dead.
Akuma takes and deals too much damage for anything to last a very long time with him. He's a very premature round closer. Oh, the jump back air fireball. Let's just try to bait something out of DB Rockstar. I'm surprised that he didn't take the bait and do a flash kick. Oh no, he missed the jab input and just gets raw medium Tatsu. Completely gets punished by DB Rockstar, and that's going to be one on the board for Argyle.
Could have had the jab and the light, and the DP, and the critical art. That would have been it.
Round one. Fight.
Okay, we saw an anti-air DP at Let's Go Crazy. Wow, raw jump in fierce. And no follow-up. Good flash kick there. Connects with the very last bit of the active frames there. DB Rockstar spamming that crouching medium kick.
He's playing a lot more effective footsies right here, and it's paying off. Just getting those little pokes, they accumulate over time.
Round two. Fight.
Let's Go Crazy, not taking to the sky, not playing too crazy. There it is. No flash kick out of DB Rockstar, no anti-airs at all. No whiffs, no whiff punish on that that whiff DP either. Oh no, the crouching medium punch gets DB Rockstar jumped in on. Crush counter, crouch fierce. DB Rockstar sitting back and playing the zoning game. Gets a jump in roundhouse. Managed to turn that into good damage. He just needs a little bit more here if he wants to take this game. Oh no, overcommits to the Sonic breaks. Let's Go Crazy jump right in. Get some huge damage. Gets the side switch. No meaty. Oh no, DB Rockstar no health left, and he decides to try and jump into that fireball, but unfortunately that hurts.
Final round.
Final round here.
Fight.
Currently tied 1-1. Grand finals between Let's Go Crazy and DB Rockstar. Good anti-air into Demon Flip Palm. Mistimes the meaty throw, unfortunately. Oh, good connection there out of Let's Go Crazy. Gets the one hit on the medium Tatsu into the DP. Very good awareness. Just spamming those light red fireballs. Yeah, DB Rockstar just needs to challenge those.
Just zoning him for everything.
If Akuma's not going to use those heavy red fireballs, he might as well not be fireballing at all in this matchup, because you can just challenge those with either a Sonic Cross or an EX Boom. DB Rockstar is going to take another game.
He is 1 round, or 2 round, what do you call it, 1 game away. Taking this whole entire thing.
Round 1. Fight.
Oh no, DB Rockstar unblocks. Gets hit by the red fireball. But he needs to maintain his composure here. A little bit too late on the flash kick, gets crossed right behind. Too late or too early, depending on how you look at it. No good punish on that Tatsu. DB Rockstar is acting like those medium Tatsus are safe on block, which they never are. You just have to be ready with the punish. And back throw is not quite enough damage. Another good flash kick, knocking Let's Go Crazy out of the sky. Let's Go Crazy getting hit by every single Sonic break. Dashes into DB Rockstar's face, then doesn't press anything. And this is going to be tournament. This is going to be tournament point here for DB Rockstar.
He's just got to stay the course here. He doesn't need to do anything too crazy.
Let's Go Crazy. Opening the round up with an EX Demon Flip. Tries to go for the throw option there, but it just does not work. DB Rockstar consistently trying to punish that medium Tatsu with throw, but it's not always in range.
He's just not getting any good conversions off that medium Tatsu block.
He has to know that it's punishable. The problem is he's just not used to doing that crouch medium punch into flash kick. Oh, okay. EX Demon Flip palm into overhead.
Yeah,
of
and
course.
that was the only thing that could dramatically end this thing on the right note.
Absolutely. There it is. DB Rockstar wins that matchup exclusively with flash kick. That was pretty much it. Let's Go Crazy just didn't have any game plan outside of those demon flips and outside of those jump fireballs, and it just did not work out in his favor. He just kept on trying, jamming his head into the wall, banging his head into the wall, and it just did not work out. He needed to come up with some better way of pressuring Guile that did not involve those demon flips. He needed to figure out stuff like shimmy with forward heavy punch. He needed to figure out stuff like extended frame traps with crouching medium punch, and it just did not come out. DB Rockstar, congratulations on winning our Underdog tournament. You are this week's champion. I encourage you to try and rank up, hit that gold rank. Also work on those punishes a little bit. There was a lot of damage left on the table there that you could have been picking up by punishing those medium Tatsus. But otherwise,
there
solid play.
Was a lot of options there that could have been... There was a lot of damage left on the table. And Guile can definitely get a lot of damage on, you know, blocking medium Tatsus and a couple other things. So it's really just, you know, look at the frame data and see what you can get in on those opportunities, because you can really bust some people up, especially the Guile.
All right, just a reminder for everybody, if you were to head to teespring.com/store/new-challenger, you can insert the promo code NCH4EO and get 10% off any of our assortment of New Challenger t-shirts. If you want to just rep New Challenger at a local, then you can wear that blue one with the logo and the website on the back. Alternatively, if you want to show up in style, you can buy one of our more like character-specific shirts. We've also got, in case you are looking for other shows to tune into on this Twitch channel, we've got Challenger Chats, which occurs bi-weekly every other Tuesday at 7 p.m., hosted by Shadow Yuri. It's basically a podcast where Yuri interviews various members of the Discord and of the FGC. Additionally, we've got Mounts Dojo with yours truly, Thursdays at 9 p.m. EST, which is basically just a learning show where I will go over specific matchups or specific tools and just run some sets with another member of the Discord. I encourage everybody to turn up for that. It's always usually a good time. Additionally, we've got beginner breakdowns with Encore. Why don't you give me the rundown on this one?
Yeah, so what we do is we take replays from the community, i.e. you guys, and me as well as a fellow coach, KZA, who's in the Discord. We will look over your replays. We typically do about 4 per show, and just break them down, as by the namesake, and give tips, strategies, and stuff so you guys have something to walk away with to put into your own play style. But it's a lot of fun.
We have got the Thunderdome presented by Jimmy P and Lightning Wolf. That's Lightning Wolf misspelled, which is basically just a first to 10 King of the Hill style event that we host. It's supposed to be every Saturday, but I think we're changing the date soon, so stay tuned for that. Additionally, if you want a higher level tournament to participate in or watch, you can tune into the Monday Night Dumpster Fire every Monday at 8 p.m. Eastern Time. You can tune into that at twitch.tv/redditfighting. And if you want something to watch just roughly now, in 30 minutes, our friends over at A Weekly Gaming News Show are going to go live at twitch.tv/TrueSonic. I'll go ahead and host them now, and you can tune into that if you want to listen in on a pretty cool, a pretty chill gaming podcast. But for now, my name is Mount Lover. I am going to go ahead and sign off. Thank you, everybody, for watching.
Yep, everyone have a good night.